Finalizing. Can you introduce yourself?
Hello guys, here is Jimmy Panchal, a chess player, a coach. I would like to take you through a game of the king of chess in Kenya, none other than Manyeki Nasanjol. Uh, the reason why I chose this game, the guy has been playing an impressive game all along the tournament. He's getting a marvelous win, and I'm impressed on his progress. He has been my favorite player over the years, and, and I believe the future of chess is bright in Kenya. With Machinyeki on the board, Jadons, and other uh, like Fraja and many other young juniors coming. Okay, today I'm going to take you through the national. The last is all the eighth round of the tournament. I stand, the nerve are very high, and I'm going to take you through. Okay, in this position, Queen E8 is played, and probably the possibilities where White can go for the queen side attack here. Uh, the first move I would consider as a human move is knight d4, knight e4, knight pick, maybe bishop pick here. Apart from that, we can also consider a simple move like bishop e3, rook c1, with the knight, with the idea of playing the knight there. So, but a natural move is bishop e3, which they play. It just looks natural because you want to defend the d4 pawn. So after bishop e3, I can believe that the next move is rook c1, maybe knight, maybe bishop pinning, or knight, or knight b something. Rook c1, knight b5 with the bishop f4. Those are my ideas. Still play the same move as I suggested. You can just play rook c1, bishop something cannot change anything much because what you need to do is to have the file. That's what I can say. I don't think Manyeki move can change anything much from there. The plan remains the same. Uh, but in this position, there's also an alternative where a3 can be played. You see where the knight will go, or where bishop will go. Maybe bishop back to the same position of bishop b5 or bishop take c3. If bishop takes c3, we will have a turn of the b file, and then we try to put the pressure on the b7 pawn. With the help of the light bishop and the bishop facing the king side, we can easily reach our two potential. But here, I don't know. There's also an alternative where we can also consider bishop pin. Like for example, you just play bishop b5 without playing rook c1. Those are the human move I can see, but the genius, maybe there's something I'm not seeing, but those are two possibilities, rook c1 or bishop, maybe bishop b5, or alternative queen a5. Yeah. Mm, let me go to another games. There's another interesting game between Jadon and here there's another game and the third boy who is at maximum like Manyeki, playing with a guy from Zimbabwe. Is it Zimbabwe or here? I think Zimbabwe. And then so far the land, uh, the guy went with the knight here. Is going with the knight c3 bishop, pin the knight. Just play. If knight c6 is play bishop b5, knight c3 bishop g5, castle queen side, with an idea of just try to storm. Bishop e2 is not the main move in the line, but they don't choose to go for the safety before the other. Just choose to go for bishop e2, queen b3. Okay, the main line is not bishop, queen e3. The best move is bishop b5 with knight e3, bishop e3, castle queenside. But there is alternative here where there's alternative of bishop coming out or a6, bishop e7, castle queenside. It's a move like bishop b4, knight b4, but it can easily be defended. But you can try and see your luck and see how the opponent will respond to it. It can be tried, but it's not a possible move. Which other move can be considered here? Bishop d7, bishop d7, g6, bishop d7, castle kingside. Put pressure on this, the b2 and c2. Let me try to go to another games as these people are taking my time to think. Let me go back to my Nyeki game. Yeah, as I said before, they play the rook to c1. It's a logical move to a human being. Rook c1 with an idea of bishop, b5, then knight a something, knight a5 with knight c4. Okay, here I just go with bishop. There's no other move. Bishop, I would go with bishop all the time. Bishop b5, a3, knight a5, knight c5, knight a5, knight c, knight a4, knight c5. Try to go with the queenside attack. So basically in this position, Manyeki relying on his defense. If defense fail in this position, I believe white is going to play. But the deadly move he did not consider is knight here. Can it be seen on the other side? Can they see mob? Can they see the best move we would have played this one. Knight here is the best move. Knight b5 with an idea. If the king comes here, bishop here, knight here, discovery attack. So there's no defense for that. Now it's a3 was not necessary. Manyeki come now with the tempo, pick, e5. It's getting harder. I don't know the right continuation here. Maybe rook to c1 again, knight capture e6, e5. But the better continuation was bishop pinning, knight b5 with an idea of taking the a7. Yeah. Here maybe rook back. I think rook back. Rook back, but
that was a video.
rook back. Rook back to c1 with an idea of knight d5, isn't it? I think rook to c1, knight d5. That's the idea. It will be too late. Rook c1, knight e6, pawn bridge. Then king to what? King here. Okay. Very interesting. But this person is likely to defend the position. After knight capture e3, there is not much black and white can do. It's still the same. Just pick e3. Pick e3 to reduce the number of the pieces. Go to the endgame. I believe they have equal number of the pawn, but this pawn on d4 is weak. That is what the guy is trying to do. Let's go here. Yeah, as I said, the same, the same whatever has come to existence. The bishop is been settled on the g7 knight here, putting pressure on this. But what this guy did not consider, the dark square now are very weak for white. So, like if you go to knight c3, the idea from white now is very simple from black. Bishop d7, rook c8, put pressure on this, then make this one. I've never, let me check here. Okay, no. I want to go to a different game. Which other game? I like to see this game for. Here, and there are 11, is it under 11 or under 9 boys? Under 9 boy, very interested to see. It's a contested, there's one person with the maximum. The Kenyan person has done to It's going to be impressive. The person is a piece down, but he has not piece down. The white has a strong attack on the king side, which I believe it will materialize. Just few more to come. The idea is very simple in this position. I'm very impressed on how white is going with the game, but I want to see black how black will get away with an attack. So I like the idea of queen. Okay, the idea of queen f3. To look impressed when the knight captured, for example, knight captured d4. I believe. Okay, if I were to play here, I would have considered rook h5. Knight queen h5 was a better move.
Yeah, queen h5 is much more precise.
Yeah, it's more precise in the position, then retreat the bishop back with the plan of checkmating the black king. Let's see how black will continue in this position, but I don't see there's a much threat at this moment. So if I were to play in this position, I will still capture the d4 with my knight, and then see where the black white will continue the game. But I'm impressed the way these small boys are playing. It's a very interesting game. Queen h5 is still the best move in the position. Queen b5 or rook d1. Which one? Queen h5 is still because of queen h4. Queen h5 is still the only move to play in this position. Then there is rook d5. Rook d5. Hey, rook d5, queen h5, rook d5, queen h2. Okay, this is the position now. Okay, thank you. I like this position. It's very impressed. I'm very impressed the way the juniors are playing. It's on a different level for under 9 boy. The chess is on another level. Okay, in this position, the possibilities where you can also play bishop back, bishop what? Bishop f4, block so that you can try queen d3, then queen.
You can make the move actually.
Huh?
You can make the move.
Okay, if me with this idea, with the idea of playing here, if the king comes here, you check again with the rook here. Okay, you block now. My idea is to block the queen, have queen d3, and then maybe you play rook first here. Then what's next? Rook first, queen d3, checkmate. These are the thing I'm planning. They also have knight here. Knight here look is strong. Maybe there's also another alternative. Okay. Okay, the other alternative I'm thinking is this, but there's this move. Then queen here.
How about bishop e4? Bishop e4?
Bishop e4 also blocked with the same idea actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Bishop f4, as doctor says, is the best move with an idea of playing rook d1. It has two problems. Yeah. I think it's the best move.
Yes. Can I chip in? Can I chip in?
They're castle.
They're not castle. They just play king back to d1.
Can I chip in, Pancho?
Okay, just chip in.
Okay, hello people. I'm Coach Feed Instructor Buduan Lesolo from Botswana. I'm happy to be with my brothers here, Pancho and the dog. Like you already said, this is a very exciting event. The juniors are playing quality chess. Yeah. In this one is a very instructive position. Somebody's material down, but he has... Is it material down here? Okay, same material, but there's a good attack on the king side. Like the dog has mentioned already, this is exciting. Yeah. The idea, bishop to the e4. Oh. Point being that you are carrying communication between the queen and the king side, right. And you still have that control on the f8 square. Yeah. I think that might be a very good possibility for the white side. But king h1, Pancho, is this really giving us much? Because you have to speed up. Yeah. Otherwise, black is going to consolidate and there's nothing to play for.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if those... was there anything after if you play this move, what the
There is F5.
Yeah, it's
There's F5.
F5 maybe.
There's F5.
there's F5?
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
F5.
You take,
drop
you
a
take.
second pawn, just take, no?
Take, and then yeah.
Yeah.
There's F5, bishop take, then with the same idea, queen d something.
No, this should be better for white. This should be
Okay.
winning for white.
Actually,
winning.
it's the best position for white. I'm very interested on how white is playing. I would like to see how they start the position. Let me see. Yeah.
Came from a French defense. E4, E6.
It's a better position from the French.
From the French exchange.
A change variation.
Oh.
Sac.
Okay, the sack looks fine.
Oh,
Yes.
with the knight.
That's G4 idea. Yes, correct.
Oh, the sack again. The sack back. Yeah. Then the pawn is hanging.
Threatening knight d5,
Knight d5 actually.
which I think was missed.
Knight d5 is play. Those people that are playing good chess, pick. That is how they arrive to the position.
Okay, then rook e1.
Here, rook e8.
And here you should just play c3.
Not c3 here. You don't need c3.
You don't need c3.
Just play queen h5.
What's the point?
Queen h5 with an idea of just bring the bishop back. Or alternative your move can work also. You just play defend first before you.
Yeah, you still have an attack on the king side.
Yeah,
And
because
material is equivalent, so you
there's
can just go C3 and
Yeah,
you still have that advantage. It's not
there's
going
nothing
anywhere.
showing, yeah.
One day you can go F4, rook F3 and
exact.
go slow and
Actually, I would even go with the idea of what's that idea? Idea of f4.
I'll definitely play c3 here.
yeah,
No.
C3, a
So
hold.
you don't need
and
to, you don't need here.
Yeah.
Me, I will just raise it out and play here.
This attack is not
F4.
fading away. Eh?
Lift the rook.
Yeah, lift the rook or also playing f5.
Let's see the engine recommends it.
Yo, your queen H5 is actually a very
Yeah.
strong one. Eh?
Yeah, we're losing. These people are losing. Yeah,
Now f4.
F4, yeah.
it's losing. After that,
Now
it's
the best
losing.
move is to give out
To
the-
give away the knight.
It's losing. Actually, after h5, I was not seeing the correct defense from the white.
Yeah, it's difficult because all the escape squares are controlled.
Tall.
There's
Because
no
this is
escape.
the key square, bishop is too much, f4, rook leave, rook to g3, it's done. You have the pawn, but the pawn cannot help you anyway. But let's see, maybe the guy has gotten a good move. Let's see, where is it? Where's the
After
position
King
here?
G1, King G1,
Huh?
Bishop G4 was played there.
Yeah. Back to life, let's go.
The live move is Bishop G4.
Bishop g4. The f4 is still working now. Or f4 cannot work because of the king d1.
Yeah, but what happens here? I think if you play
I think bishop e4, your move was better compared to the thing he has
is
played
bishop
now.
e3 a move?
Bishop e3 is a deflection, maybe bishop f4, just to
Yeah.
block.
But Bishop A3 has a point. You want to prepare
No.
for F3 at one
Bishop-
point, right?
Bishop f4 is better.
Bishop f4 is better.
So just block so that you get.
Oh, cut communication between the queen
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and the bishop.
f1,
Wow.
that's over. No, but what if they play knight e5?
They have the knight e5
Oh,
side
it's
still.
a black to play, sorry, not white. It's
Black to play.
Black to play, that's why.
Oh.
So black has...
But what was the best move for the black side after King G1? Because King G1 definitely gives black some chances, okay?
Yeah, exactly. It gives you a good counterplay with knight e5.
So,
actually.
95. Bring in one of the defenders to the king side.
Yeah.
get
95,
more-
it
get
make-
more attackers
oh.
off.
And exchange the queen. Because the next move is to exchange the queen to survive.
And what was the best move here for black? Bishop e4.
Bishop E4 again, yeah?
Yeah.
By far the
Wait,
best one.
What you say, yeah. What you
Yeah.
say was the best move.
Instead
Because
of
even I
King G1.
agree there.
Okay. Yeah, that just was the advantage. Now that...
It's still winning.
Yeah, Bishop G4 not so accurate.
Now
They play king there.
they play king there, that's a disaster. But now bishop e3, what happens? Because
It's a checkmate. It's a checkmate.
Is it? Oh, it is a checkmate.
It's a checkmate.
You cannot...
It's a checkmate with
Oh,
rook
heavy
e1.
loss of
With
material.
rook e1.
Rook e1, no, bishop e3. Let's remove the engine. The point
Let's
is,
just move the engine, eh?
the point is, this first of all, you have this check coming any one time, but also this queen is doing some extra work defending this bishop. So how do you maintain defense?
Yeah,
You
the
can't
place,
try
yeah.
this. This is criminal,
Well, yeah.
right?
I think bishop e3 win.
Bishop
e3, the one you play is win.
wins, of course. So the other thing is, if you try and maintain defense along this line, I still have this move, don't I?
And then king, after king here, you don't check. You play king, you play queen,
Queen, right?
don't check. Play queen there.
Or with a mate in
this-
3.
with this plan.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
But they
just
sack the rook.
yeah, they
They
can
sack
sack
the
the
rook.
rook. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be quick. You have to be quick.
So I'm thinking this check works.
Yeah, you have to check again. They can. Don't check on this side. Check here.
Then check here.
Yeah, don't check on the other side, I think. Oh, what if they play there? What if they play king
It's a
e8?
mate on
King
the
e8.
back
No,
end.
this is not possible. This is getting
It's a mate on the back
King
end.
e1. King e8. King e8.
King 8. I
Uh,
think this check works.
they go back. They go to e8.
Then
Oh, there's a checkmate with that one. Exactly.
It's too exposed. The king is too exposed.
Here, I think
What
bishop-
knight?
I
What
think-
about-
I think
more
this is not the
beautiful?
best move. There's a better move.
What
There's a better
about
move.
knight?
Wait,
Queen f5.
There's a better move here.
Queen f5. For the fence. This one is
What
for the
about
fence.
knight? There's knight e5.
95 to block.
Knight e5. Yeah.
Okay, 95 to block. That's a move.
Yeah. With that.
Doesn't block.
That's what. Yeah. They can resist it. You don't have f4 because the queen will capture.
What happens there?
You can still hold the position. For human beings,
Yeah, especially at this level, they can still hold.
yeah. At their level, it's so complicated for them to get the right continuation here.
That's what the music
Huh?
It must be checkmate.
Yeah.
But you can't
Almost anything wins here. Rook
Oh, look at
d5, b4.
Most of the thing win, yeah. Most of the thing win.
So that
After
means
what?
you've actually missed this move for a while.
Rook d5.
Rook here. That doesn't work. Let's
Because
see
you are spoiled for choice. You can always go for material. If you don't make, then material will carry the day.
this run away.
Yeah,
What is this
yeah,
guy?
there's plenty of options here. Now, queen e6, bishop f5 is gone. I think it's best to take a look at other games.
Let me just go
Nathan
and see.
Manyeki, I think,
Let's see.
take a look at that one.
Actually,
We
What
left
opening
it at
was
rook c5. At rook c5, this is where we are.
What was this opening?
I think Sicilian.
Sicilian, e4, c5, or Mora Gambit.
Oh yeah.
d5
It was
happened.
Amora.
Yeah, he's excited to play Mara,
Takes.
but I think
Then
did
it
not work
went to a
out
nice
as planned.
Solana position.
Yeah, I
Here,
want to just share something about this Mora because it's something that if you know, there's a system against the Mora that actually works very nicely. And so this take the pawn,
take the pawn.
Doctor,
this
Doctor,
take
can-
the pawn.
doctor, can you take it over now? This one. You take the mic. Huh?
You take the pawn. Then the plan that White has generally, you bring out this knight. They want to bring the bishop to c4. Start with this
a6.
this move, and I'll explain why.
Right. Knight f3.
Knight f3,
D6.
d6. Then now they play the queen.
Castle or queen there.
Yeah, queen there. Castle normally comes first most of the time. And then you still cannot play a bishop to kill this guy. If you do that, then there's always this sacrifice.
Knight g5.
Yeah, knight
Then
g5
you
queen
take
there.
your bishop. So before that, you have to
Play e6 or
not
something.
e6, knight here. Now they normally bring the queen to e2, and you just play here. And black is better. Now the general plan is whenever if you try and play, let's say,
But is it okay for a human being to continue from there?
absolutely, let me show you what.
You can switch off a
Let me
tension
make
for
it, let
some
me make it a
plan.
little bit more like here. Let's see, knight f3, then a6, right? If you play a different line, you play, for example, knight out. This is always a blunder because of this move, and you can't pick with the knight. Let me explain knight first. Knight first because they take your knight, you take back. They have this check, deflecting your king, and you lose your king. That's what they're playing for in the first instance as white, very challenging. But you also cannot take with the pawn, right? Because they will take your queen, you have to take back with the knight. Then they play here, threatening this funny check here. And it's extremely difficult to defend this particular situation. You literally don't have
Good move.
good moves.
Rook, maybe
Defend
rook
that.
someone.
A rook somewhere.
It's a checkmate.
Yeah, Well,
checkmate.
then I think
No, knight pick. I think knight pick. Okay.
yeah, knight picks here.
No, yeah, knight pick there with the idea of a checkmate. So
Exactly.
you have to play e6. Is it e6?
I don't know what you're gonna play, but either way, this bishop is going to come here and this rook has no
It's
escape.
very unpleasant. or
Something
unpleasant.
like that. Yeah. So some very unpleasant attacks. This is why before you play f6, you must drop this knight by playing this move
A6.
by playing a6 first. Now once a6 is done, then black no longer has. Now you can play this with impunity because black no longer has this move. So now if they try the same move, they clear, they take your queen.
Oh, they don't have the knight.
They don't have that.
Then-
The knight doesn't-
okay.
They don't have that square. When they take back, you just bring out your bishop out to e6. And later on, you're going to fianchetto, put your bishop here. And black has everything, white has nothing to play for. They can regret not having decided the model. So instead of that, they tend to play this move. And this is what follows. Obvious plan. And one of the key moves then is something like this. And there are many lines that go quite dramatically this way and this way. So this is a very simple line. It's a decent line, not simple, but decent line against the Mora. And generally, white is worse in this line. So pick the pawn, pick the Mora pawn. If Mora is a decent opening, there's a free pawn. You're exchanging roles. White is the one playing for an advantage in normal chess. In the Smith Mora, it's black playing for an advantage. Pick the pawn, plan the lines. Anyway, that is not what happened. I think Manyeki played one of the other ways to get the Gambits. He played d5. And now we have this isolated king's pawn on d5.
Make it as a topic.
Sorry?
Yeah, make the pawn as a topic.
Yeah, that becomes a topic.
Yeah.
And again, it's very important if you play chess to understand your strategy against the IQP, or if you have the IQP, what you're going to do. So this is an endgame weakness, but it's an advantage in the middle game. So one thing you want to do if you have this pawn is retain pieces, number one, because you want the pieces to attack. You have a very nice outpost here, You have this half open file. This pawn gives you good control over these squares, restricting black's pieces, right? But that is only in the middle game. Therefore, you must bring your knight in, find ways to attack as quickly as possible, keep attacking pieces, and then later on, if you can move it forward and trade it for a pawn opening new lines. For the opposing piece, which is black in this instance, what you're trying to do is to blockade this pawn by occupying the square in front of it, controlling it perfectly. Once you've controlled it, exchange as many pieces as possible, retain a pair of rooks, then attack this pawn. Simple strategy. Whoever does it better tends to win.
Someone is calling me, doctor. Doctor. There's someone calling me. I want to go out.
Okay. Fair enough, Panchol.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mr.
Your
Pancho.
name?
Lesole, Coach Lesole.
Coach Lusolo will take over, and Victor Ngani will take you through. Hey, there's something here. Something seems to be inside here. Magnet. Okay.
Yes, this is exciting. Like already we have mentioned, Nathiel is actually one of the very best talents they have in Kenya. It's Nathiel versus Wakiwa on top table. The position arose from the Mora Gambit. We now got ourselves an IQP. Those are the strategies for the IQP. As they decide with the IQP, you have to play for activity. And right here are your anchor points. And you have the semi-open fast like the doctor have already highlighted. That's where your play is at. So as black, you need to, of course, blockade the square in front of the Solana. One day pile up on the Solana, and you are looking forward to one day go knight f5 and keep the pressure on that Solana. It's a slow strategy, but it's what works best for the defending side. But let's see how the game went like. After d4, takes c3, offering a pawn the Mora Gambit. He went for d5. This is another very exciting approach because modern day chess, sometimes you don't want to be keeping the material. You want to find a good way to now give back the material with an equal position. So d5 is along those lines. Black here is trying to give back the material, but with an easy game to play. You know, if you can manage to one day get your diagonals available, one day e6 you go have this diagonal, one day you have the c3 square available, c6, f6, then as black you are happy because you found all the squares for your pieces. So d5 they went, e takes, queen takes, c takes, knight c3, putting pressure on the Solana, on the target, knight c3, bishop g4. I think Manyeki's approach here is very accurate because it's very much consistent with pressure here. This move indirectly puts pressure on d4. Bishop e2, breaking the pin with the idea that if you chop here, there is that tactic, queen drops.
Please show that tactic. It's a very nice one.
Can I show that?
Yeah,
if you hear you are greedy a bit, you go bishop takes with the idea that the two attackers against one defender. It's actually a mistake because after queen takes d4, there is boom, bishop takes c6 and the queen is gone. That is why here Mr. Wakiwa, he found that and he played instead 0-0, stepping away from that check along this diagonal. Now this, it is a real threat. 0-0 now. Doc, is this not possible? Bishop takes and take the pawn?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's possible to take it. The only challenge is there'll be compensation because the bishop can...
The ruined pawn structure, what?
The pawn structure will be ruined, number one. So what White is saying is that I think I take your active bishop and your king is not safe in this position.
But with queens out, will that be a big problem?
I'm
Because
not exchanging queens.
after this, queen somewhere there,
Yeah, queen out. Either, actually this is even better maybe.
queen c2 there,
Queen c2 for example.
pinning the knight
Pinning
and
the
pressure on the c file.
I have
Bishop e3
out.
coming one
I
day,
have
knight
knight,
c3.
I have rook,
Oh.
I have rook.
This
So-
might be unpleasant for Blake.
Absolutely. So I have a feeling that, and let's see if the engine agrees. I think there's compensation. In fact, the engine
Oh,
says
wow,
white
it's
is
actually
much
better for the white.
Yeah, so both players playing.
These boys are
very-
playing some good
very
chess.
good chess.
And
They reject that.
Blake rejected
idea.
that line. He went instead e6. From the white side, knight c3. Okay, there's all standard chess. Then for sure, rook c1 comes, pressure along the c file. One day, knight b5. Okay, knight b7.
I
This
tend to
happened.
think that castling queenside was a mistake.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's not a safe place to put the king.
exactly.
Yeah, but-
Especially with the c file wide open, you are calling for problems.
Yeah, calling for
Simply 0-0 there. Stabilize things because your structure is very healthy and you don't need to play for more here. You're not really trying to play for kingside attack because now you compromise your king safety on the king on the queen side.
I think what Manyeki was thinking is that it would be possible to take on d4.
Oh,
So you
wow.
castle queen side, then discover you really can't still take on d4, and now your king is stuck on the queen side.
Exactly.
And maybe one of the best plans is to try and move it back onto the queen side. It's difficult, but anyway. Yeah, no
It's
worries.
still a game. Let's see.
Still a game, yeah.
A3 happened. Takes. Again, slightly white is improving his position. The rook from here is now in a much more active post. Those exchanges, they favor the white side, and there is pressure over that side. And one thing about this Isolana, you can always sacrifice this for activity, especially of this guy pointing there, this other guy there, and everybody's pointing towards the queen side. One day at the right time, you can even go for that. Okay, sorry. D4, we are at this point. Sorry, we are at this juncture.
And then we also have this idea of bishop pair versus knight pair. Yes, right now it looks like the knight on d5 is fairly strong, but I think that's a transient issue because I'm looking at moves like b5, b4,
B4, B5, queen B3,
queen b3.
rook F to C1 or B1.
Yeah, this is tricky.
This is very easy to play for the white side.
White side.
Yeah, if you are white here, these are easy to find moves. B4, idea be that one day you're gonna go queen B3. This guy here either on F1 or on B1.
Yeah, I'd even
Then
take it. I'll
B5.
even take the queen all the way to A5 instead of B3. Queen A5 is a move
Yeah,
even now.
even queen A4, right?
Queen A4, yes.
Because
queen
there's a
A4,
threat here. Queen takes A7. That looks even much more better than queen B3.
And then rook sacrifice is possible on C6
On
when you have
C6,
rook
because you have
double,
rook C1.
rook C1. So,
Okay, this happened, covering the A7 square and stepping out of the pin. Queen B3. But the dog here, what do you recommend? Is queen B3 gonna be your choice or maybe B4? I don't know.
I'm not sure. Okay, I have a feeling that the idea there is to keep the B pawn pinned, but that's a transient problem. I think it's easy to solve for black because then let me just play random moves. Say this, let's play a random move for black.
For the black, that.
Then now suddenly this knight is hanging. But
Oh,
this is
yeah.
easy to defend. Just
Yes.
rook comes and you cannot pick it. So I'm not sure that that was the best move, partly because it keeps this pawn behind. You don't have that.
You might need it in that
you
take.
might need this pawn in the
Before
attack.
B5 there.
And therefore moving the pawn again is really what you're looking at. So this pawn is only looking here unless you plan to bring this rook as well here. But again, this is already defended. Plus, if need be,
B6 at one point.
this is also possible. This is what black is looking at. to get compensation. And mind you, white has to be very careful, because if he's not fast, black consolidates and then now come back to this discussion.
Exactly that.
Remember
huh?
that the advantage for white is in the attack, and without that attack,
Yeah.
what do you have? And I'm also seeing now there are moves like this.
95 here.
Yes, right now the bishop is on this square, so this doesn't work. But you have to be extremely careful about moves like this. And I think maybe there's a chance to play it early in the game. Maybe we just missed it. Like, I'm just wondering whether here, this was not a move.
Oh,
Whether
or maybe instead of rook c3.
let's see here.
Oh.
Okay, so that's why they moved the knight away. Okay, let's see.
Oh, yeah. No, he was never on time to go 95, right? Because he will take attacking the queen and the...
8, yeah, it'll take like
Yeah, he'll take some kind of a counter. No, it won't work here.
it won't work. It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
That's why
So-
they moved out of that pin.
But it's always an idea looming around that one, 95.
Yes.
Queen b3, rook c1.
It's 1, and this attack is going on. There's an attack, yes?
Yeah, there is still pressure on the queen side. But like as you've highlighted, white better be careful, because if black consolidates, then you don't have anything for this bed structure. Your only advantage is the speed in development and your activity here. If this guy manages to consolidate, then you have nothing to show for this Isolana. So while Kiwa must be accurate in his continuation. Now,
And this will be
how do you further improve your position as white in this one?
Okay, because I didn't like this move queen b3 as you correctly said, but I see this move is possible.
Bishop with the b5?
Yes, you're sacrificing your pawn structure here, but I don't think this guy is taking part in this attack.
Yeah.
This guy, on the other hand, this is an
Even
actual
rook
threat.
takes c6 even.
Exactly.
Very exciting.
And if I play here, then you really have to take. Because if you don't take, my knight is coming to this square next.
So it's d5 now with
Yes.
some tempo and all that.
Exactly, and this is not a move.
Yeah, it's too slow.
Too slow.
You have too many pieces on the
I
queen
can
side.
always, do this, and yeah, this is unpleasant. This
Very
is
unpleasant.
an unpleasant position. Yeah.
Nathan should look out for the move knight e5 and bishop b5 ideas.
Yeah, bishop b5 I think is a move. Yeah, that is the move.
That's a very good one.
That's a move that I think is. Yeah, always we now come and check, get a bit of help, see what the plans are. So this is what was
That is why the machine recommends f6, just to discourage knight e5 one day.
exactly.
I think that makes a bit of sense. Or rook c8 to try have more
Yeah, but
influence
this
on.
is the automatic move.
Oh, queen c2,
Let's see.
h3,
Let's follow this move a little bit.
knight e5 again.
Now this becomes a move. Because you see, in this position, if you play this immediately, then you can take here defending your bishop. So you can't take the bishop back, right?
And
Because you
now
lose
take
a
back.
piece, right? But
So on h5 the bishop will be hanging.
yes, but on h5 the bishop is hanging. So this is really the main thing,
Uh-huh.
that on h5 this bishop is hanging. If you pick, I can always pick here. And now I have a proper bishop here. I can make a decision whether I'm going to keep the open file
Or fixed structure.
or fix my structure. I'm quite happy to do this at this juncture.
Yeah.
And then look at this guy coming back to this diagonal. Look at this.
This will be so good for the white side.
Yeah, it will be. So anyway, let's turn off this guy. So it's still decent. However, this is a very strong knight. This knight is monstrous. And if you can keep it there, keep a piece on this square, then we can say that black is getting away with it. Yeah, the white pieces look good. It's a bishop pair. But comes down to that guy, man. This guy is doing something else other than being isolated. He's keeping this guy in check.
Yes, sir. I
So
think
is-
we can maybe check some other games. We'll go back to this one. Can you go back to for one more time to that one? Under 9 top board. Under 9 boys, that one. Uh-huh.
Oh, there's been some
It's an
movement
end
here.
game now.
They move
We
very
thought the
fast.
game was gonna be over in 5 moves,
That is
but
quite
now we
happening.
have an end game for ourselves here. C4.
Oh my goodness, that just hangs up.
How did we get here? Can you go back to the moment we left the game at? We thought it was gonna be over in very soon for the black side. Let's see. After King H8, I think we left the at this moment.
Yeah,
King
this-
H8. That happened.
Is
You
that-
don't trade the
oh,
queens here. You don't trade the queens.
Yeah.
You don't.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
such a
Now it
blunder.
means that the queens are going out.
Yeah.
What should he be doing here after Bishop E6? What might be the?
So what you should have done first actually is just attack the queen first. This you looked at was the first move.
Yeah.
To not allow any of these complications.
Yes.
And in the worst case scenario that now this has happened,
Here, what might be the move?
I think you have to move back the dark
Yes.
square like this.
And renew your threat of bishop
Yeah, renew your
e3
threat.
and all that.
Or even here.
Is bishop f4? Yeah,
Yeah,
even
even
here,
I
bishop
think
f4.
even this is something. I think this is what I'd consider other than. But
Yeah.
exchanging the queens, I think, is a bad idea.
It's a bad idea for the white side. Yeah, this should also be winning for the white side.
He's winning. But what he played, keeping the black king safe, doing black a very big favor, and now all the advantage is gone.
Yeah.
Because, and remember, these guys, you don't want to exchange pieces when you're attacking, because then you don't have anything to attack with.
Exactly.
And if the opponent's king is weak, you want your queen on the board. Really, because that's what makes the king unsafe. This king is quite open, but when you take out the queens, it feels, my goodness, fresh air rather than exposure. You know?
Exactly,
So,
that's how.
yeah,
So he could have kept the queens at all costs.
yes.
If nothing queen is shoe, at least retain the queens on the board. Because here now is almost equal.
Yeah, so here and now, in fact, giving black free developing moves. Black has the entire open file.
Yeah, and black is the one pressing here.
Black's one pressing. Then you trade your, oh, this is, look at that
This
rook coming
is-
to the open
So
seventh rank. No, this is unpleasant. And now that
Yeah, only
king,
black is playing for a win now.
Only black is playing for a
Improve
win.
the king.
yeah,
Let's keep on improving the king. That comes.
yeah, this is really.
Your rook is tied down to defense. You cannot move the rook from b1.
I think White should have taken time to look at, play the position of the person and understand how much better they were. Really,
Yes.
White had to see that and look at alternatives. You know, there's this mistake, FI, that if you exchange, your position gets easier.
Yes.
That's a mistake. You know, you look at the position. In this case, White's advantage was in the pieces. They were better than unsafe king. But these trades, and they were really not traded properly, because every trade improved Black's pieces and took away White's active pieces.
Exactly that.
So look at this. Look at this. Okay, look at this bishop. How powerful it is, right? Then suddenly in 2 moves,
You trade it off
you
for
trade
that
it off
other
for this
one.
other
Yeah.
bishop that's doing nothing, right? Then look at this other graceful bishop. Look at this beautiful guy. And by this trade, this rook improves to the center.
Exactly that.
Yeah, so quite an unpleasant thing. And now suddenly you have traded your good rook for this rook. If there's a rook in the center, yours is the corner.
I get your point. Maybe let's go back. Like you are saying, I think your point is that look, in this position here, this juncture, if you compare the 2 bishops, this is a much better bishop, right? Pressure there along the king's side, pressure the other side of the board. Then you spend 1, 2, 3 moves just to trade off such a good bishop. This is a very happy trade for the black piece, because at the end of the trade, this guy's going to take back and he has freely improved the piece.
And you know what else they did? They spent all those moves to exchange these rooks, this one and this one, and then bring this rook here.
Exactly.
That's what they did, literally. So you trade off this guy for this guy, trade off this powerful guy for this guy,
For the knight.
and then trade off this guy for this guy, and then bring this rook here for free.
That's a favorable exchange for the black side. Black is happy to see all this, because at the end, the guy has a much more improved rook and is a better end game for the black side.
Absolutely.
So that is one thing the young ones has to know about.
We can
Way up your exchanges. Let's see the end game. Takes. Now here in this situation, it can only be black who's better here, because the rook is tied down to defense of the b3 square, and you can easily improve your king to that square. If not, you can now try walking around. Let's see. This happened. What was the move here? f6 or your king f5. I think this is much more natural. This happened. That happened.
What was the answer here for black?
It's difficult to see the difference here.
Activate your rook, okay, basically, because this rook is doing nothing.
Yes,
So
with the
this comes
tempo.
here, get a tempo there, and you can't really allow this
Because now that
because everyone
happens.
is swept.
If you go f6, now the guy
But
can.
now you can also defend from the side.
Yes. It will be better on b1 than on e3 or the other way. Yes. No, it makes sense. So active defense is very, very much a big resource in rook endings.
Exactly.
Because here you are still defending the pawn, but it will be much better to defend it from the other side, because here you are keeping an eye on your guy there, but also putting pressure on the enemy's pawn or the pawn's pawn. And also you can have this resource of rook e4 check. I think this makes a bit of sense. That is why the computer here suggests you go either king f6 or this one to discourage rook e3. This one permits him to go rook e3 because you are not on time to go rook b3. They will take and take there. I think that's what makes this two better than king g5.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, that happened. This was his last shot. Maybe go here to have time to go rook e3. Transfer your rook to a better defensive square, okay? He missed that chance. That happened. And now f5. Still black is the one pressing here.
Yeah.
You are
this is,
tied out of defense.
And the analysis is very simple, really. The material is equal. So it's not about material. It's about piece activity.
Piece activity and piece
Look
placement
at this
here.
rook, 7th rank. Look at this rook, back rank.
It's tied down to defense now.
Then
yeah?
pawn weaknesses. Look at this.
They've got pawn
Both
there.
these pawns are weak, yes. But this is already fixed, cannot move. This you can still have a move. You have these weaknesses, these weak squares that the king can use to infiltrate.
Yeah.
It's pretty unpleasant. Look at these kings. 4th rank, 3rd rank.
Exactly that.
Pretty unpleasant kind of a situation. Anyway, we'll see how
F4
it
happened.
goes.
Oh, F4 happened here.
F4 happened, yes.
And then king f5 or king. Which one they played? King f5 or.
Yeah, but I think what's the idea? Let's remove this guy. What's the winning idea here?
Yeah, that's an interesting
What's the
question.
strategy? So the first thing is that this pawn of mine is under attack. So no
Let me
brainer.
just keep protection.
I'm
King
just going to
f5.
attack it. And then my next move is actually to come in and attack this pawn.
You don't have rook e3.
Yeah, you can't go here because it's.
Then the idea is to go e4. After you go back to b1, then I have e4.
Then
I'm going to infiltrate with my king. That's the whole point, I believe.
Exactly. So in fact, what I'll do is after this.
You prepare e4 at the right time.
Yes.
Because rook b1 is now forced.
Absolutely.
I like the point you mentioned earlier on, like for weaknesses. This pawn is a weakness. Also, technically, this might be a weakness, right?
Yeah.
But for you to understand the difference, they have this popular saying, a weakness is only a weakness if it can be exploited. This one is very much easy to exploit because worst case scenario, you are going to tie down this guy to defense. But this one, concretely speaking, there's never time for white to get to the backside or maybe this other end. So if we compare these two weaknesses, this one is the real weakness. This one never ever, because he cannot exploit it. So I think that's the key difference in terms of now comparing the two weaknesses.
You know, someone said that chess is 99% tactics. I think that was Michael Tal. Although nowadays, the more I play chess, I discover that 99% of chess is positional chess.
Strategy.
Yeah, strategy. Just position. Look at what improves your position, what makes your opponent's position worse. Then very few times in the whole game do you have to calculate. For example, you correctly said that there's this weakness, there's weakness. So making this kind of a backward pawn, you have to feel very uncomfortable about it. But something more important, what is the strategic consideration in this position? There's this open file. Why is that important? We have rooks, right? So no matter the situation, black is not moving this guy out of this file until he's ready to win something decisively. Because this is such a huge advantage. In fact, I would say being on this open file is a bigger issue than being on this rank at the moment.
Exactly.
Because by being here, these guys are all safe. And you can decide where you're going to attack from. So that strategic consideration just makes life very easy. So what else do you want to do? The rook can't win alone. You must bring somebody else to attack. So can you imagine just teleporting this queen to this square? Can you imagine this queen getting here to see to
D3?
just this square? Then the rook has to move away, and you can take this pawn. Yes, you can come back and check me when my king is here, but I can either block, which you can't take, or I can just take this other guy, give you one of the others and still queen. So this is a really unpleasant position, partly because this rook is a super rook, this rook is a prisoner rook.
Exactly. This rook is tied down to defense, and he's never on time to try generate some counterplay with rook here to that one, because whenever you capture here, you're also defending on b1. You can just let him go there, then grab back with there. So this guy is just tied down to defense. After f4, like you were saying, what might be the plan to win this one? Let's say king h3 like they did. Okay, this one is the first one. I think you have to go back to b1 at one point because no more rook e3 defending along the side. After rook b3, definitely this will come.
Yep.
If they take, you take back, and now your king can walk into the queen side. Okay, let's say here.
That has been played. Let's see, rook b1.
Or rook b1 was played. E4 should be the move, I believe. Or this.
Tie down the rook first.
Tie down the rook.
Okay, but now do we not have
g3 or something? No, not yet.
Yeah,
Rook takes.
You lose this pawn. You lose 2 pawns actually. So this is never possible because of this.
Takes and take that.
Yeah, that's a very nice move.
It's a very strong move. You are just showing who is dominating here. You are you have to go rook b2, maybe your king is 2.
How about
b4? b4?
G4.
Oh,
G4. G4 is actually a good move.
It is a move.
Not really because of the queen. G4 takes after you have the half now e4. G4 black takes.
Yeah, you're right. Check on percent takes.
And now e4. The problem is the pin. Tactically doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
And even strategically, it still doesn't work. Even if you were to, let's say,
g4, then king g5.
Let's even say king g5. This is under attack.
It's a threat. Keep there.
You play rook to b2 first.
Sorry?
Rook to b2 first, and then now you bring your king down there. So the rook becomes the checks.
Yeah, but this guy is under attack.
Oh, he has a point. He has a point.
So
controlling the second rank, then now the pawn on f3 will drop.
But the pawn is being the pawn is being attacked, so you have to defend it. And I'm trying to see whether we should play here first, or we can try this immediately. I think this first is necessary.
Yeah, that first because he might have rook h1 there. Rook d2 should be the move. Then now, if nothing, rook f2, we are taking with a check. This is too slow. You check and protect your guy there. So this is so bad for the white side.
Huh? Do what? After the check, you can go to g1.
To g1.
No, you can't go to g1.
Then king comes.
King comes.
You are sitting in a mating net.
Then you play rook to e1.
But you are sitting in a mating net. In that
in a
position,
net bed. You cannot do that.
if you go, let's say g4,
G4.
then you go king g5,
King g5.
King g2, rook d2,
Check.
king g1. The problem is the mating net. You're gonna walk towards this guy here, right?
Bring the rook
You don't
in.
even care about material at this moment. You want to checkmate the guy there. Rook e1, you just bring in the guy there to third checkmate.
Yeah, and that's the end
You
of the story.
cannot take that
The
one.
only thing you can consider actually in this position is maybe to try and push this guy. But I'll check you, take the guy.
Yeah.
So it's a bit tricky.
No, this one is very bad for the white side. I think
it is bad for the white side.
I think it's almost won.
Oh, and E4 was played.
They're here.
Yeah, you found the move. It was played.
E4?
Oh no, they allowed the past. Wait, is that not just a free pawn?
Yeah. Take twice on f3.
Take place on f3. Why not?
Take twice on f3 and you have a very strong pass on the f5.
You have a strong person.
And the rook is still tied on b3.
Yep, I think this would have been lights out, right? Because now the king is coming.
Yes.
This is gonna happen.
Yeah. You can even sacrifice the pawn for the queen side. Let him take the pawn and you take the whole
I
entire
think
queen side.
I'll not sacrifice a thing. I'll play nasty. Yeah, because while this is here, I can always, this is anyway.
But still, what he did is also good enough to carry the day. E3.
Now this has been played. Yeah, I'm not sure for giving that pawn was a good idea, to be honest. I'm not convinced. Anyway, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
See how it goes. What's the analysis? Yeah, it's completely losing.
Oh, really too interesting.
Let's look at a couple of games very quickly. This is Riley Martini versus Kaburo Winnie. Two very strong players who know each other very well. Oh, this is what is this system called? Where you play
the
this?
Gleck system.
The Gleck system. Yes, this is the Gleck system. A very interesting, very not well known. Daniel Naroditsky recommends this system quite a bit, and many players don't know what to do about it. And Winnie Kaburo plays an interesting line.
Very active way to play. Huh?
Very active way to play, and definitely picking. Why pick with the? Oh yeah, you can't pick with the pawn. Oh, thank goodness. You cannot pick with the pawn. I thought for a moment that you want to pick with the pawn and expose an attack here, doubling those pawns. But it doesn't work. Black is not castled anyway. And that's just a pawn that has been won. Whoa, sacrifice the next stage.
Allowing knight takes with a check. This is some good chess from the,
let's
the
see.
girl side. There's a mate on his shoe, right?
This is okay. Let's see. and then this, and checkmate can't be stopped.
And G2, yeah. Is
No,
that
it can't be stopped, can it?
King to F3.
Queen F3.
But Queen H2, no, you escape on G3. You escape. It's not good enough.
So you win the road.
Take.
Then you win the knight.
Yeah, then you win the knight. This is a piece, but they couldn't have calculated all this. Still, black is better in all those lines.
So better. But there might be something better. Can you go back? Let's go slow a bit here. After Queen H4. Queen H4, they went. Takes on C7.
Yeah, let's take on C7.
Let's say takes King somewhere. King D7 maybe.
Let's play here.
Let's try to see what might be the idea. Is there anything better than what you saw there?
Okay, the knight is under attack.
Let's say knight takes.
These
Knight
knights
takes.
are under attack,
Yeah.
right? So
Knight
knight takes.
Here,
Queen takes.
how is Bishop G2
Bishop.
instead of King takes G3?
Bishop G2.
Yeah, Bishop G2.
The king takes.
Sorry, Tali, you lost your game. It's fine. What
Because
happened?
Bishop G2, you are attacking a mate on H2.
My daughter has come. She lost her game. She's not feeling good about it. Come this way. Okay, guys. I have to step out as a parent.
Thank you so much, Doc. We'll proceed with the
Thank you,
analysis.
guys.
Yes, this is an exciting game in the under 11 girls category. This is a very key game because really Matenge going this round, he was leading by half a point. If Winnie wins this one, then it's going to be tied at the top. 3 girls or 2 girls will be now having 7 out of possible, essentially 6 out of possible 9, out of possible 8. Let's see how it went. Let's see from this moment after the powerful Queen H4 move. White chose knight E3. Bishop takes E3. F takes E3. Queen takes E3, and the attack on the pin side is just too much. You have not even sacrificed material, and you have all this attack. This can only be good for the black side. We have, we say we have material and advantage. So material and advantage for the black side. Queen of 3, queen takes. This endgame again is very much okay for the black side. After this, you have many pawns up. A pawn up and also material. We have the knight on c3. So this one is gone. This one I think should be easily winning for Winnie Kobori. I think it's best to check out some other games.
Yeah.
Let's look at other games. Let's see Jora Suje from South Africa. He's having a total square at the moment. And if you do your math, if he wins this game with the white pieces, he will be first. Because if he ties for first, he'll be having a better tiebreak of a head-to-head with the other guy on table 2. So it's a must-win kind of situation for Jora if he wants to win it now. But still, he has forced to draw this one and another draw on the last game. That will be enough numerically to get him clear first. Okay, let's see. It was an English opening. C4 happened to C5. This is the symmetrical English opening. Let's see. Knight C3, Knight F6, G3, B6, Bishop G2, Knight C6. It's all standard theory. Let's see. D4 1 point. It's all standard chess. D5, gaining space in the queen in the center. D3. I think already at this moment I like White's position because look, 1, you have space in the center. 2, you are going to have your very strong bishops in the diagonal B2 to A8 and also B2 to G7. Okay, A6. One day trying to generate play with B5. A4 stopping B5 at least for quite some time because if B5 you're going to have some targets to attack on the queen side. A5. And now you don't have any counter play on the queen side as black because no more B5 as a lever. Okay, Bishop B2, knight to the D7. What might be the play for the white side here? I can see E4, E5 coming in for the white side in the center because you have more space towards this area of the board. This makes much more sense. E4, E5, you can combine that with F4 and one day play for the E5 and expand in the center towards the king side. Okay, let's see. E4 as predicted because you only have space in this area of the board. Strategically, it makes much more sense to expand in this area. Knight B8, this is a risky play from the black side. Even though the position is closed, yes, time or tempo doesn't matter that much, but you cannot just carelessly lose time like that unless it's very concrete. Okay, e4, knight b8, knight b5. Improving your knight there, having pressure there, pressure. And c7, pressure on a7 and also d6. This will also help very much with the support of the
You're also opening up the
F4.
diagonal of the bishop.
Exactly,
supporting file.
exactly that. You also say, look, brother, I'm opening up for my guy there on the non-diagonal. So this looks so very well for the white side. That is knight b5. This guy went knight to the d7, neutralizing the powerful bishop. It makes a bit of sense. Grabs back. I'm expecting a4 here. Yes, a4 happened. It's an easy game to play for the white side. One other idea that I'm looking at is this one, knight e2, knight d3. So that now, if your knight is on the square, you can now support the struggle in the center and also on the king side. You know, sometimes it's best to play these preparatory moves so that when e5 comes, it comes with a lot of weight. I'm looking at knight c1, knight d3, queen e2, rook b to e1 because the rook is no longer doing anything on the b file. You better have this guy here, having pressure on the e file and the f file. Then destroy this guy on e2, have him on d3. This queen either on e2 or f3. Then now when e5 comes, it will be crashing because everybody is pointing towards the king side. Okay, let's see. Jora went for queen d2. Okay, the move is very much okay, but like I said, I still prefer that maneuver. Get the guy to d3, get the rook to e1, get the queen either to f3 or e2, and open up things at the right time with the move e5. Okay, still again, if there's anybody who is better, it can only be white because of the space advantage and pressure on the e5. Not before? Oh, we are here. We are here. We are here, e5 is what we have as a pawn lever for the white side. So what might be the plan for the white side? Still you are playing for e5, but how do you best position your pieces for that pawn break? Still again, this should be a move.
The queen side is closed, so your rook is not doing anything on the queen side.
Yeah, there's nothing there. So this guy belongs on the e1 in this position. He has served his purpose on b1. Now there's nothing happening on the b file. So get this guy to b1, and even though it costs us time, I still like to get the knight either on d3 or f3 there. How exactly? I can still go rook b1. If nothing, I go king to h1, then maneuver this guy to f3. So that when now e5 comes again, he's well supported with the knight. If you grab, I can grab with the knight and it's all in my favor. On f3, my guy there can always jump to g5, to e5, to h4 there, right? It's a slow position. There isn't much to do for the white side because, for the black side, sorry. Because his play was with b5. He could have tried his very best to prepare the b5 pawn break. But after a5, he has thrown out his only source of counterplay.
Yeah, actually, black is just waiting because his bishop is locked out, his rook is locked out, his queen is not active. So everything is just closed on the black side, just waiting to see what white will do. So you have all the time to prepare your advances.
Prepare your guy there, prepare your pieces, optimally place them for the e5 pawn break. When that comes, black will be just, white will be just killing it. Let's see, the brothers are still thinking here. It's a very good one. We can go explore some other game. We can go to table number 2, under 17 boys. We can go to the very first move, d4 was played, knight f6, e3. Oh, a very solid approach. Already you are fortifying your center. Your center is not under attack, but you are fortifying it, okay? That's modern day chess. I mean, any opening works in this modern day world, okay? We cannot crucify the kid for that. g6, then bishop d3. In the spirit of the Kole or maybe the stone wall, let's see. g5. This looks like some kind of a Kole. f4, stone wall. That's a stone wall now. Kole, London, stone wall, Torre, all these are brothers and sisters. It's all the same thing. You are playing for triangle systems and all that. Okay, f4, bishop e7, knight f3, 0, 0, 0, knight bd2. All this is standard play for the stone wall. h3 takes. This trade, usually you know bishops are precious. Bishop pair is notorious, well known for now having that long-term lasting advantage. But here, this is actually a very decent trade. Your point is that you want to put all your pawns on the light squares. You are happy to deal away with that bishop because technically it will be your bad bishop after e6. So you might as well part away with it because at the end you're going to go e6, c6 one day and have this triangle. You have this triangle on the left squares, and it's in harmony with the remaining bishop. So positionally, it makes a bit of sense. I think this is good for the black. Takes. Then now e6 comes. You don't worry much about even that bad bishop in the endgame. c6 can come, and this and alter sorry set up for the black pieces. Let's see, 0-0. Knight b7, that happens. c5, okay, that. c4 is also a move expanding on the queen side because again, oh wait, c takes. That's a move, yes, but what's the point? I will take and increase the scope of my bishop. That's why I don't like the move that much. Yeah. I would rather maybe here consider c4, expand on the queen side, and you have a very clear card play on with b5, b4.
But doesn't c4 allow you to push e4
oh, e4.
now?
Oh, you're right.
You're getting the pawn chain. And,
yeah, softening up the pawn chain.
Directing your pieces.
Oh, I missed that. I missed that. Okay, that's the point. Yeah. Then if that's the case, then you rather keep the tension. Yeah. Leave things the way they are and can go even a6. With the idea that I want to expand with b5. Yeah. If you take, I take and improve my knight. If you go e4, that might be premature because I'll just grab back and I am not compromising my structure as black. I'll grab back, grab, and rook c8 comes and should be okay. I think a6 here is a move. Okay, c takes d4, now the c takes. Again here you can go for the minority attack. With either with a6, either with a6, b5 or rook b8 and go b5 still. Then put some pressure on the queen side with your guys coming here one day, create contact with this area of the board and have a target of attack. Queen b6 behind the pawn will come. This other guy there will come on c8 or b8 depending on the position. So it's more like a race now. Your guy there is white is putting pressure on the king side. Yourself, you are trying to generate play on the queen side. Yeah. It's more like a race. Let's see. Knight h5. What's the point? Okay, a threat, one move threat here, but after I go maybe king and queen f3 and go g4 one day, isn't this helping me as white? Because my point is to attack on the king side. Even though this is tempting, but if you wait up, this might not be so very good in the long run for the black pieces. Yeah. I think what the position is calling out for is a6, b5, or if not that, rook b8, b5. Let's see. Knight h5 was played, queen f2. Yeah. Still again, g4 will come, and I want to make contact with my f5 at the right time and create my own noise going on the king side because I have everybody pointing towards the king side. Yeah. It makes more sense to generate play around this area. My guy there, the queen, the rook, the bishop also. So this is only helping me to speed up my attack, I think so. As black, I'm happy to see this.
Okay.
But if I consolidate, I defend, one day I'm going to come in with tempo with g4, g5. That is my worry. Unless this thing is very concrete, there is some serious point behind. What if now go knight b3, like he did? Yeah. This happens.
Then now you push.
You can go bishop b3.
Or you can push because I think...
Yeah, g4 now. G4
is trapped there. g4, if you go outside to g7, you trap his bishop.
Yeah, you can go g5 or maybe knight c5 there. Yeah, g4 should be a move like he did.
And then you just go back. No, you can't go back.
Even knight c5, I believe, should be a move. Knight c5, why?
Yeah.
Because his point is that if you do this, you cut communication between bishop and this guy. So knight c5 is a move, right? Because your threat still stands on the king side. Let's see. Knight c5, correct move, I believe. Takes. That happens. Then here, as white, you have made big progress. You have managed to now expand on the king side. Your bishop pair is putting pressure along the king side. Your rook and your queen that land up along their file. If there is anyone who is better here, again, it can only be white. And look, what are we saying here? There's g5 winning material. Yeah. No, so, okay, after that, g5, you just win material like that. Okay, I think we can go back here. I think this is a very interesting position here at this moment. Let's agree on something here. After this, the structure has been defined. Now you can now sit down, come up with a plan. The plan that is called for by the position, not the one that you like best or the one that you prefer. Because, at one point in the position, it's not about your style of play, your preferences. It's about the position itself, right? Yeah. Here, the position is definitely calling out for expansion on the queen side. You have the minority attack, natural plan with a6, b5, if not rook b8, like we mentioned. So, already with knight h5, you are just veering off for what is called for. Yeah. You just have to go a6 or b5. This one is only in white's favor. I'm gonna go like he did. This one, if not queen f3, and g4 will come with some good play for me as the white side. I think queen f2 is very smart. Probably the guy there was saying, brother, one day I might go at f3. Let me reserve the f3 square for the knight in some lines if that happens.
Yeah.
These boys are playing some good chess. I think this guy here from Zimbabwe done more. You know, okay, black made life easy for him, but he also was also accurate in terms of now punishing this guy or exploiting maybe he's not so accurate playing. Queen f2, there's that now he's playing right into white's hands.
Yeah.
White, he wants to play on the queen side, and you are giving him these tempos.
Yeah.
Even if you don't win this piece with g5, you have given me free initiative. I think that is very clear. You can go to another game.
Yeah.
You can go to another game. This one is gone for the white side, for the black side. Okay,
Okay.
this is a good move. He's trying to soften up the structure,
Yeah.
making this guy a bit look. This
Bishop to d4.
he could have long done this like we said earlier on.
Yeah.
Go for this minority attack earlier on, and you have some time to now make some noise on the queen side.
Yeah.
There is still some noise on the queen side here, but you are pieced down.
Yeah. After bishop to d4, what do you do?
Bishop d4, then
Yeah.
okay, you have more force, more power, and you are stabilized. There's nothing here.
Yeah. Yeah.
This could have worked on earlier on when it was equal material. Okay, let's go to another game.
Let's try it.
Jora, let's go Jora and Shilo. Knight a3. Jora went for, but Jora here he went, okay. Somehow Jora went rook d1. We thought maybe the best move
Yeah.
will be a rook to the b to e1, with the idea that we are preparing to go e5 at the right time. So we are now positioning our pieces for the e5 pawn break. But his position is so good such that even rook d1 he plays, he's still doing very well here. Because like you mentioned earlier on, there is nothing for the black side. If you go e6, you are weakening your position. If you go f6 again, you know, it's all problems for the black pieces.
Yeah.
His only source of kind of play was a6, rook b8, and try to play for b5 one day. Let's see, rook b2, d1, bishop a6.
Yeah. You have to move the knight. Don't give the bishop away out.
Uh-huh.
Because the bishop is trapped. It doesn't have a way
Yeah,
out.
that's a very good decision, this one by Jora. You say, brother, this guy is so bad, even though the pawns are in harmony with the east color, but you are blunted by my own pawns. I cannot allow this trade.
Yeah.
Let me keep my knight and keep my chances. Okay, knight a3, you can't even go b5 here unless it's a pure pawn sack. I think that's a very good practical approach by Jora. What else? Which other game can you look at?
Board number 4, this is Kyle Cooker and Sauti Joshua.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
so
a
that's
bit level
under
at the
15,
moment.
Under 15.
How are the standings in the under 15 category?
Let's see how they are at the moment. At the moment, we have Kyle Cooker on board 1 against. Well, actually, they're on board 2.
Oh, board
yeah,
2?
Yeah, they are board 2 with 6 points each. So just 1 point, half a point behind the lead. The lead is Aiko with 6.5.
Then this is a very massive big game. It will do a lot in terms of the standing.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm very much interested in seeing the opening, how it went. Oh, the French. E6, D3. This brother here, he wants to go for the King's Indian attack.
Yeah.
He's defined his contours. Definitely it's a KIA. Let's see. D5 standard play. 92. C5. Okay. C5 is an exciting line, natural way to go about it because you want to expand on the queen side and also push b5 and all that. But there's other new line I like so much. Here, you know, you can play knight c6 at one point. But how exactly? Let's say 92 comes. After 92, knight c6 is even a move at this point. This looks so wrong because we need this pawn either to fortify the center or undermine the center one day. But what is the point behind knight c6 in this French? The idea is to put pressure in the center with pieces instead of pawns. If now they go maybe knight f3, you go knight to the f6.
Wow.
The natural e5 move is bad for the white side because it's overextending the white side here. You can just go knight g5, I believe, hitting him with both the knight and the other one there. But okay, much better is knight d7. Yes, with the idea that I'm going to undermine quickly with f6. Let's say here they go d4. You go f6. This position is well known to be good for the black because even if you grab on f6, I just take with the queen. In most cases, this will be bad because the queen is out too early. But the idea is concrete. The point is that you have blocked your bishop with the knight. You know, you don't have bishop g5. So your continuation is very simple after queen takes f6. You want to go bishop d6, go 0-0 quickly, and go e5. After e5, your bishop will be hitting the king side, the other guy there, this, and black is at least equal. You are never on time. They can try maybe here knight b3 with the idea to throw in bishop g5. I know there's one line where you can go where you can go a5 with the idea to expand further on the queen side. Or what can we do here apart from this one?
Let's see what the options are.
Bishop g5 is a little bit unpleasant, but maybe we can.
H6 are doing anything.
Yeah.
Or is it too
But
weakening?
if we allow bishop g5, would that be really bad for us? Oh,
Because bishop to d3 is also coming after
yeah,
that.
that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
So what might be the story after knight b3?
We just allow it and then you go queen to. We play.
Queen e7, right?
Yeah.
No, sorry, queen f7. Sorry, let's say queen f7.
Just allow it
Then still he can't stop. He can't stop our e5 pawn break because the whole point behind the setup is to quickly go e5 and you are at least equal because your pieces have all the squares.
Yeah.
Because usually this is bad if you cannot liberate yourself with e5. But what makes this position works for the black is that you're going to be going e5 whatever they do here. Let's say here you go bishop d6, they throw in bishop g5, you go queen f7 and renew your threat of going e5. If they go queen e2, try to discourage this thing, you go 0-0.
Yeah.
Again, you say, brother, on the next turn, this is coming.
Yeah.
You are too slow, you cannot stop this. If they go long, I don't know, you just go e5 and black again is at least equal. Your guy there has the squares available. This guy is going to have the diagonal. Your knights, of course, have all the squares, f6, b4, and all those. And like you always say, as black, if at one point in the game you manage to get the squares for your pieces, the diagonals, the files, then you should be happy because you know that for sure at least things are equal.
Yeah.
And equality is a huge success for the black pieces. And one thing about equality, it does not mean portion is drawn if it's equal. It basically means equal chances for both ends. The better side on the day will carry the day.
all three
Okay?
results are
Let's not get carried away with this analysis and go back to what happened in the game. Okay, c5 of course is the standard way to proceed, much more in spirit of the French. Go c5, expand on the queen side. Okay, now this happened. Knight c6, g3. That happened. Oh, d4.
Okay.
He's trying to prevent the usual this, c3, and gramp you with a space on the dark squares. Okay, d4. That happened. Knight d5. Knight d4. a6. h4 happened. Queen c7. Knight to the d2. Bishop d7. Knight to the a3. Okay. This is still a game. This is still a game. Still a game. It's very much level for both sides. But as a coach, there are different philosophies, different approaches about the opening and chess itself. So myself, just to give a little bit of my secrets, I believe that in the opening, if there's a way to maybe avoid to give your opponent maybe the most natural, usual continuation, if that is possible and that is sound, I always advise students to go for that. Like here, that is why I so very much like this knight c6 idea, right? And at first, it is very deceptive. At first glance, it looks so wrong because on principle, you need this guy to fight for the center or fortify the center of c6, right? But the more you look at it, you are never going to get your usual proper KI setups, right? Because look, at home, everybody has white with the KIA. They are hoping to find c5, g3, and there are many games played here, right? So if you are allowing that, it's more like you are entertaining them. You are giving them what they see for breakfast at home, right? So sometimes if there is a line or a side line which kind of avoids the usual conventional, traditional way, it's best to practically go for that one because you are now giving the opponent a challenge. He must apply himself accurately to just at least be equal in that game. Okay, I think we can't maybe say black is not very, very bad here. He has a weakness on e6, but it's still a game, right? Yeah. The only problem he has is this guy on e6. But we all know that, one weakness is never enough to cost you the game, right? Yeah. So this is very much defendable, very much holdable for the black side. I think let's go back to some other game. Which one was that? This one. It is usually a win for the white side. Oh, he won material. That one was over. G5 won material. Jora and Shilo. Jora is enjoying himself here, I think, because, you know, it's difficult to suggest anything for the black side. Any pawn break has so many consequences. If you go e6, your pawn on d6 becomes weak. If you go f6 again, it comes at a cost. e6 becomes so weak. You can just reroute your knight now to that e6 square. Find a way to land on e6 and it's game over. So, okay, the boy went f6 and attempt to try at least block the long diagonal and one day maybe play e5. But Jora stands better here in the long run because he has an easy play. He can just prepare for any kind of pawn break. King h1 one day, knight g1, knight f3. I like the plan so much because the knight on f3, it will be supporting the pawn break on e5. It will also be supporting stuff like g4, g5, h4, h5. So there are many ways to go about this position. I think this one, yeah, like he did here, this again is very much doable. One day can play for h5. You can shift or play king f2, double up, pile up on the h file, and it's very tricky to play this one from the black side. Black has to defend very accurately to hold this one. I think Jora might take this one. Let's check out the girls. Under 7, under 9 girls. There was one interesting game earlier on. Oh, this endgame. We thought they should be easily winning for the black side.
What happened?
What happened? Black should be winning at one point. Easily winning.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go back here.
Wow.
We left the game at this point. Here the dog, we agreed that a much easier way to play here was to just grab this pawn, right? You are just a pawn up and you still have this entry point with the king and you are just winning.
Yeah.
If you need to sacrifice this pawn just to win the whole entire queen side, it's still a win for the black side. Okay, but still this looks winning for the black, but you have to be much more precise.
Yeah.
G4 append, took back, and here I believe this is also a move,
Just do that.
slightly improving your rook and also threatening this at one point.
Yeah.
Okay, he did. He found the move.
Yeah.
The boy found the move. Rook b1 happened.
Yeah, and then
Maybe here, this. You are
Yeah.
not spoiling anything. You are
Just
saying,
waiting, yeah.
I want to go as quick as I can this
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
I can always sacrifice, if need be, this guy for... You don't even need to sacrifice because of rook f2, right? I think king
Yeah.
d4, king e5 is a good move.
even an idea like just pushing the pawn to e2. Pushing the pawn
Isn't
to
that
e2.
too committal because he might have king f2?
King f2 allows you to play rook to d1
And have that tactic you're promoting. Yeah, you are right.
So
You are right.
the idea of playing e2 is to force the rook to play rook to e1,
E1.
and then now you go rook to b2, and then you win all the queen side.
Yes, you trade off the queen side for this one pawn.
Yeah.
You will clean up the whole queen side and
Yeah.
That is one easy way to win it. Right? Just give this guy this pawn for all these ones on the queen side, right?
Yeah.
I think
You can try
the
that
boys will get there. I think for that level, maybe this might be a little bit deeper to find.
Okay.
I think one day they'll be at that level where they can find that. I think also apart from your easily winning move
Yeah,
e2,
yeah.
this also should all be work.
Yes, slow and simple.
Slow and simple, yeah, guaranteed of now converting it. Okay, let's say here, it's just a check.
Yeah.
Just go d4. You always have this resource if this troubles
Going
you.
d4,
Huh?
it allows
Oh,
you to
what
go
am I even doing?
Yeah.
Just king e4 is
King
better,
E4,
right?
yeah.
Control
Yeah.
more squares and have pressure on this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And now you're even planning to play rook to f2 now at that point, so you can't push. Pushing is
Let's see how the boy did it. Okay, e2 he played a move.
Okay, that's
Rook
fine.
e1, then here you are suggesting they just clean up the whole
clean up the
entire
queen
queen side.
side, yeah.
Just go king rook b2. Yes, he did that. Sorry.
Proceed.
Yes. Rook b2. Rook b2. What happened?
The king came close,
King close.
and then now I just
Even king f4 should be a move, right? Just improving your guy there. Yeah, king f4. Or it's not necessary.
Yeah.
I think king f4 with a take with checks. I don't know. King f4 should also be a move. Or they might have this rook e4. Yeah, no need to allow that. Let's just grab the material, right?
Yeah.
If this, then now you have this coming. You are guaranteed of cleaning up the queen side.
But now I think
But
he has
now here,
yeah.
that counterplay, but okay, this happens, or that.
Okay.
Then now it's not maybe as easy as you thought, right?
Oh yeah. Probably. How about if you
If
just
king here,
you get the if king here you get the check, but you just
the
move
check.
again. So you play king to f4, just holding the position with the idea of trying to check him. King to f4.
King f4, of course, this will come.
And then what happens if you just
I
go
think
up?
let's zero the guy there to his side.
That's our
Okay,
plan.
here. The threat, he has to go back to this.
Yeah, if he goes back now, you just come for the post with your king. Just come for the post with your king, yeah, like that. The pawn is pushed. Just take the pawn with the king.
On this, give him too much counterplay.
Try to play king to b4, king to b3. I mean, king to
B3.
b3. Yeah.
Oh, if king b3, controlling the first square. This
Let's
might
see.
be risky for us. Let's see.
It's a bit risky. Oh, what about go back and move a bit?
Oh, sorry. We are at this juncture.
Yeah.
It's a long game. We are at this point. Our analysis.
Look to king to.
Yeah, we're looking at this move, then this.
This is an analysis. This last one.
F4.
This last one here.
This one.
Yeah. Upwards.
Upwards?
Yeah, king to b3 here. King to b3. That's analysis. So instead of playing, just go back and move. Go back and move. How about if you play now? The pawn will promote. He'll exchange. So you can't play there. So what happens if you just play king upwards now?
Go to d5.
King to d4. Yeah. King to d5. Then yes.
Yeah, d5 to get back on the square of the pawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the political way to handle it. But he always have this pressure on b7. He can combine the idea of pressure here and also pushing the pawn. Let's say here.
No, we'll check him and then win the pawn. We'll check him and then win that pawn, defending our.
Oh, check and grab the pawn. Oh, yeah. Tactically doesn't work.
Yeah.
He's never on time.
He has to move his king.
Yeah, I think this will work because now this guy will start running.
Yeah.
And you have this thread coming in. And you've cut off the king, so okay, it's easily winning.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think, No, this should be winning for the white, like you have mentioned. But with careful play, this should be easily winning.
There are so many winning lines.
Yeah, ne? So the rook endings, they always have that counter play. You must be careful. Even if you have a unique advantage, you must nest it to a full point. Otherwise, the guy will find some resources and hold. Okay, let's see. Let's see the other games.
What did they do?
Like the actual continuation.
Yeah,
After this happened, g4 takes, king takes back, rook to the d2, rook b1. This happened, that happened, this takes, much okay. Then this all happened, okay, that counterplay.
He didn't push.
Yeah, okay. This is still a move rook takes, but it allows that counterplay. If nothing, just go rook here, right? At least make him work for this pressure, put pressure there, and now you have this idea of going to that guy there.
To win term.
Yes, because he's tied down, he cannot move there. If he moves, then now you are free to take without losing any of your pawns.
Yeah.
Yourself, you have the advantage of now a free roll kind of options available for the king.
Yeah.
Okay, this happened, which is okay.
No,
that happened.
No, this is our analysis.
Them they took, the boys they took. The boys they took on a4.
They took again.
This one, how do you evaluate it? Isn't this also
it looks good.
Winnable for the guy there, but it's tricky now because he can go into some kind of a Philidor there.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey.
Wow, that was.
Let's see any improvement on this one.
Yeah, you can. I think you can just. Can you not just play around with a move like rook to b4?
Rook to b4.
Yeah, with the intention of how does he continue? How does our opponent continue?
I believe he must try here. If this, if not that, rook a5.
Okay, rook to a5.
Let's say rook a5.
Rook to a5.
c5 is it? What's the play?
c5 is tricky. c5 just wow. These pawns that are not defending one another, they're very difficult to because you have to be there to grab them. They depend on your.
And his king is also very much active now. If you go here, then now king steps in, and it's difficult to move any of the pawns. And your rook is going to be an easy draw for. And you are in the square of the pawn. Even if you get this guy take here, you are in the square of this pawn, right?
The king
very much. So let's say grab here, you go rook c5. Oh, what about if this? Then now You don't take, you go.
Yeah, you
rook
go
A5
there,
then.
yeah.
You are very much on time. This king is far apart from action.
Wow.
Yes, should be okay. Oh, the thing with rook in this, there's always counterplay. You have to be careful. You have to be very careful. Which other game can we maybe take a look at? Which other game? Which one?
This one?
Oh, Jaden. Oh, Jaden and Dave. We can quickly run through the opening. What happened? Move number one, it was Sicilian. E4, C5, all standard theory. Oh, this new way to play the Sicilian. You take with the queen and claim that you are provoking some stuff and can try exploit whatever that comes to your side. I think
Yeah.
this is one new recommendation to play the Sicilian. Okay, that happens. That queen E3, they put the queen here. Right? That. Oh, C4. Oh, I saw this position earlier on. I thought C4 was not so good for the white because you kind of increase the scope of this bishop along the diagonal. In the long run, this guy there might be just too strong with diagonal. But let's see. Bishop D7. Okay, bishop D7. Knight C3. Queen BC. A5. Preparing B4 one day. This happens. Take.
Nice to D5. Wow, okay.
Knight on D4 there. What's the point? Or pressure on C4?
Yeah.
Takes, then this.
Yeah. Then you're forced to.
If rook takes, then discover attack along the diagonal line.
Yeah.
Okay, this happened. Takes. Knight to the D7. Keep an eye on your pawn and
Yeah.
you want to improve your knight one day or maybe C5.
Then B3.
B3. But I like white here. You have the bishop pair and a healthy pawn structure.
Yeah. For white, is it possible to go something like bishop to C1 and then.
And reroute it to the lone diagonal.
Yeah.
Because this pawn on D4 is a target. And
plus you have
E5 is not so easy to play because you always have this D takes E6.
Yeah.
And the more things opens up is in favor of the bishop pair.
Yeah.
Your plan is a very good practical one, unless it's too slow. I'm looking at this one that you are saying here. This one that you are mentioning should be a good one if it's on time.
Yeah.
Why did they? Oh, B3. Oh, it's at this moment. It's at this point in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think the slow bishop C1, bishop B2 should do it for them, for the white side. What can they do after bishop C1?
Bishop to C1, let's see.
Because your threat is very clear. You want to go bishop B2 on the next turn. But for them, what do they have?
Is it possible to play a move like B5?
Let's try exploit. Bishop to the C1? Oh, sorry. Oh, they've just played B3. It's black center playing.
Yeah.
Your threat as white, strategically you want to go bishop to the C1?
Black probably, bishop to C1 and then B5.
Then your guy there is the target. You want to put pressure with this guy and this guy along the D and the A1 to a shade diagonal.
Black now plays B5.
Oh, I think B5.
And then if you take, now we separate your pawns and then we enter the position.
You have some targets of attack now.
Yeah.
Rook C5 there. I think you have to play energetically here, B5. If you are too slow, then this guy is going to win material for nothing.
Yeah.
You must generate some play, I believe, with B5. Oh, that's a very good one. Otherwise, this guy is going to be just better after bishop C1. Oh, okay, this one is also interesting. Is there any other one we can look at? Any other interesting game we have here?
Did you see how...
let's look at the Cassidy Maina.
Yeah, that's actually very
Then
interesting.
we'll go to Belize. Let's start with Cassidy and
Wow, okay. Who's
Bella.
Wow, Bella is who's doing well in this position?
Is level at the moment. Let's see. Let's go to the opening. Oh, English opening happened. Then symmetrical English, G6. Okay. Symmetry.
Yeah.
Dry like that. E3. Idea to go D4 one day. Double fianchetto for both sides.
Okay.
D4. Queen D2. D5 again, like in the Jora game, but this time around there is the E6 pawn. Maybe the guy can take and have a target on E6, on D5.
On D6, yeah.
Or takes and take. Okay. That's a good approach from the white side. Your point is that you're having this as a target in the long run.
Yeah.
Backward pawn along the open or the semi-open file. This.
Okay,
Then for sure.
because he wants to move the knight. He wants to move the knight on. I want the bishop to be defended. Okay, that's fine. So But how about what happens if we eliminate if we take the bishop on
1v2
on g7, take the bishop on g7, and
takes.
then we double up
With the rooks.
Yeah, rook to d1.
Yeah.
At pressure on the d6 pawn.
Yeah, you did that.
Takes.
Then you can go queen c3, just to vacate the d2 square
Yeah,
for the
then
rook.
yeah,
Then you
exactly.
double up on the d5.
Yeah.
Gradually put pressure on that that d2.
But the problem of playing queen to queen there is that you can force a queen exchange with queen to f6.
Oh, queen f6. Even
Yeah.
though you are still having a better structure,
Yeah.
there might be lesser piece left on the board,
Yeah,
right?
because now the point, yeah. Now, yeah, the rook to d1, you have to capture the knight immediately and then take the pawn. So rook A to d1 is a very
Yeah,
good.
rook A is much more precise, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Rook A to d1. I think, one exciting moment here. You know, this is one area of chess that is very interesting. Here, you are spoiled for choice. You can go either this or that,
Yeah.
but you have to weigh it up.
Yeah.
Which one might be more precise?
Yeah.
Generally, yes, you want to be doubling up either way on the d file, but still you have to weigh up the available resources. I think much more precise should be rook f d1.
Okay.
Why? Because there might be some action needed on the queen side depending on how he plays. So I'm thinking rook f d1, even though they're very, very similar with rook a to d1.
Yeah.
This might slightly be a better choice in this exact position. Anyway, let's see this also. The difference cannot be that maybe that huge. So I believe also very much okay.
That's fine.
This happened. Then now you can go queen c3, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, maybe let's just keep the bishop there and pile up. Be very quick to pile up on the d file. Let's go check the tempo and double up on the file.
Yeah.
And we have a long-lasting pressure on this weakness. Our pawn there is kind of now controlling this liberation square. He cannot ever liberate himself with d5 unless it's a pure pawn sub. So here, again, I believe, like you said, queen c3 should be a move. If king back, then now you are in time to double up.
Yeah.
Okay, he can still keep up with this.
That's
Go
fine,
here. Then, worst case scenario, his pieces as black will be tied down to defense. Her pieces, Cassidy's pieces will be tied down to defense. And you can always open the second front.
And
Maybe
you also
one
have this
day.
plan of bringing your knight to f4, then to d5 after you exchange. Yeah.
Then it gets us back to that old approach of principle of two weaknesses. After tying him down or tying her down here, one day you can generate some play, create a new target with h4, h5.
Yeah.
Even at the cost of a pawn, because if they take this is now a weak pawn, can you just go king g3 and quickly switch play on the h file and you generate some play along that? Because this king is not that very safe. Without this bishop on g7 and your guy there in the diagonal combining with the knight, there are always some problems around that opponent's king. So doubling up here with the idea to now go h4 and a knight f4 there should be a very good choice. What happened? Instead, okay, this happened.
Yeah.
Oh, we are
this is
here.
our analysis. This is our analysis.
Then they chose bishop g2.
Yeah.
Which again, this one does not really give us much. Knight, he wants to blockade there with the knight.
Yeah. But now knight to e7 just
Knight e7. Okay.
Trades and brings the queen there. Okay.
This is still favorable for the white side somehow.
But slightly less so.
But slightly less because now black has b5. b5 at one point, then she's going to generate or drum up some own noise on the queen side. You see that?
Yeah, but b5 would allow something like rook takes on c5.
Now there's
if
that.
you double up.
Yeah, you have to go king 7, keep an eye. Oh, wait. Like you are saying, if they double up here.
Yeah, okay, wow.
Okay, that's a move also still, but this.
And then now you're planning rook takes, so yeah.
So you must
be careful there.
You must be careful.
Yeah.
Maybe now here.
Okay, but now there. Okay, let's see. There.
No. Also here is a move.
Yeah, that's a move. But
Yeah. So that you keep your guy active on along
there.
this.
Output allows e5.
The e5 comes, right?
Yeah, e5 now comes.
So this happened.
Okay.
Stopping both e5 and you can now go
f4.
f4.
Turning. Okay. Wow.
Oh, but this is too slow. Let's just go f4 and say we want to go here.
But after f4, what happens if
F6.
you face after f4, f5?
f5.
Is that a move? After
F5?
f4, you face f5.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
trying to
f5.
undermine you, yeah.
If you go e5, then the rooks are defended.
Yeah, everything is guarded.
f4, f5. But this pawn will be also weak. You can grab on a5.
Yeah, you can
Then
grab
your point is that
isolated.
now you have two weaknesses.
Okay, I
One
see.
on a5, the other on d6. I can later go up with my key and try to target that guy. I can walk, and try to target that guy. There, right?
It does become a weakness.
Yeah, that becomes a weakness. So f4 should be a move here. If now he goes f6, then this is a clear sign that, you know, black is not doing so well.
Yeah.
You can just improve your guy position with king f3, h4, h5. Even at the cost of a pawn, you always have rook h1, getting back that pawn.
Yeah.
So what does black have after f4? I believe this should be a move, take,
Yeah,
and or maybe not that. Yeah, take and go a4, a5. Right? Is b4 too slow? I'm thinking after f4.
Yeah.
f4, let's say, maybe f4. Is this
go
too
before
slow?
the intention of bringing
With the
the other
idea
one.
to go to open the a file, will that be too slow? Because
Yeah.
if you're on time to do this, then you have generated some play along the a file.
Yeah.
And if the structure changes, you take here, they take with the a pawn. Then rook b3, you have this target. I don't know whether you're on time because tactically this always going to be a problem if you move the rook again. Okay, let's see how it went. Rook d2 for the girl, for Bella. Cassidy took. Oh, this also is a good chance because I want to have the B file open. Right?
Yeah.
At least you can claim that. At least I have some say on the B file. Okay, that then okay.
Then f4 probably.
F4 now happen. Oh, king of 3.
And then now you push e5.
Now black is the one pushing.
Sure.
Somehow he should be the one pushing
After
because
E5, yeah.
rook is very active.
Yeah.
You have pressure there. You're gonna have pressure if you go here. You're gonna be putting pressure on both the A and the C. And oh, you're worried of E5.
Yeah.
E5.
Make concern with e5. And then now if he takes the pawn, now you just you try and exchange it up there.
Takes. Oh, you can take everything and take also there. Right?
Yeah.
Take and take. But on this list,
He takes there, then you take a bit of asymmetry there.
Oh, it's still level. Still level. Let's see. Takes.
So you're forced to take
What's
there.
the point? Or anything will do, but this much better.
Yeah.
Takes.
And then you took
Then
with the
you take
rook.
on a6.
The king takes there, and it's still very much.
It's
equal.
very much in a level. It's equal. Okay, but how did they continue?
She took with the pawn. After.
This happened in the game.
Check.
Oh, did this happen in the game?
Yeah, the game. This all
take.
happened. Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah.
Rook before. Then the girl played. Bella played e5.
Yeah. And then
Took.
took with and then took with the first rook, and then now took with the pawn. Took with the rook first, and
No,
then
let's go back to life.
she took
Oh, they're here.
she took with the first rook, and then now took the took.
Oh, then now the pawn is not the rook. Oh, forcing this and g4.
Okay, it seems equal, but
But slightly in black's favor somehow. How?
yeah, because black. Let me see. If black can black go after that pawn, rerouting his rook to go after the pawn. After the pawn on d6, is that too slow? Bringing a rook to b4, then b6 to attack the pawn on
Going rook b6, rook d6.
yeah. Rook.
That is also a plan. I think that is why she went f6. She's just guarding all the entry points for now. Then try to quickly go this and that.
Yeah.
But as you do that, won't she be now targeting this guy there? Because you cannot move the king to c6, pawn goes. Let's say, for example, rook after that, let's say maybe a way to move is h3. They go here. Won't you maybe claim that this also gives you some chances?
Okay.
Point being that tactically you won't be going here because of the pawn moves. If you go c4 instead, now okay, let's go king up, because if you go there, then we are also having this as a resource.
Okay, now I think
Now maybe it's not so good looking for the white side. Take. Okay, grab and go here.
Yeah.
Then is this still a level? It's equal, right? So one thing about
Okay,
weekend
black
is they
will be
always
winning in
have
that position.
this one.
Yeah.
This pawn ending.
Yeah. because of the majority on that side of the board. If they exchange rooks.
No, it's three symmetrical.
No, if you
Let's say they go
it's
take
symmetrical.
symmetrical.
Oh, yeah.
No outside pass pawn.
Yeah, okay. I think I
Yeah,
missed,
yeah. No, it's symmetry. Should be a draw this one, and it's a draw for the other guy.
Yeah.
Unless entry they have this point.
Yeah.
Do they even have that time? Because yourself, we might be quicker on the.
But the tempo.
No, you can actually control the entry square with king here.
Whose turn is it? Is it black to play?
It's black to play now.
Okay.
Here. The
Yeah.
threat
What is the threat? You just push at F4.
F4.
Yeah, F4, just F4.
F4, they take?
You push F4.
Oh, A4, A4, okay, A4,
F4,
with the
F4.
idea to grab that one.
Yeah.
Let's count 1, 2, 3,
And then yes, you
4,
have to
5,
go
6.
back and
Ah,
cut
come on.
it.
Yeah, soup kick for you go A5, then you need.
And also
3 moves
the king will be on the pawn's line, so you have to move again.
Yeah.
So you just-
So they have to go slow. They have to now just avoid oppose you, and it's gonna be a draw.
Yeah.
But let's confirm quickly with the machine. Let's verify. Yeah, it's a draw, but with king e5 again.
And then you allow you to play
You go
F4.
a4 is almost forced.
Okay.
Is
Wow.
this still a draw? Apparently, this is still a draw.
Still a draw. Still equal.
Yes. Let's check the human move. This one. This is very interesting. A4. If they grab back, then now here. This race you're on time. Let's see.
Wow.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like you're a bit slow, but how do you make it? Oh, it's your turn to play. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. Then you grab. And he's saying black is even slightly better here.
Yeah.
You know, this is interesting.
They arrive at the same time.
They arrive at the same time, and it's gonna be slightly better for black because the king is now closer to your pawns.
Wow.
Well, I think that makes a bit of sense. You know,
Yeah.
pawn endings, you know, sometimes they are very, very deceptive. You think they are very, very easy. Actually, it's not so. It's not so easy because, like you have seen here, black has enough counterplay to draw this one. It's actually drawing on her terms. Oh, let's see how the game went. Oh,
Okay.
after king after f6, we left it at here at this moment, f6. h3 was played. Oh, no, sorry, not h3, but which one? Which one was played here?
Let's see. Is it bishop takes it after?
After f6, which move was played by the players?
Just quick. What does it say? Let's see.
This is our analysis.
That's
I think.
H3. H3 is move 34. So just scroll down and see. Scroll down.
Oh, scroll down to. But it
Oh,
can't,
it's covering
it
our
can't
analysis.
allow me.
Just tap there and then just click forward. Tap there and then click forward. Yeah. Just let's see over there.
This is the main continuation in the game.
Yeah.
No, but it goes back to analysis now. Eh? Oh
it
no,
means
this is
the
the
game
actual
was-
game.
yeah,
Oh,
the game
h3 was still played here. h3. Then instead of the plan we thought of, this one she went for check.
So H3 was
Yeah, because you are more or less forced to go back unless you are willing to give away a pawn.
yeah that.
But apparently that also wins. That is enough to hold because maybe king activity. King here and king to d5.
Yeah.
Oh, she went back. Then now it gives white black a huge advantage.
Wow.
You have just wasted time with that a king f3 king g2 move. This happened. Hey, no, let's switch off the engine. This is very striking. See the big difference between c4 and
Yeah. Yep.
here. I think there's something concrete that we are missing. What might be that? What might be the resource that we are missing here is black? Because she played for she went for the natural 1 c4, advancing forth the pawn, but the computer likes okay. I think the point is to just tie down this guy, you know, tie down the rook to defense, and also make way for the pawn to be moved c3, c2 there one day. Okay, let's go. This that happened. Sorry. Here, c2. We are at this junction. And black is slightly better. We can check which other game here. This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Sujay did what we called for here. We are asking him to
E4,
go
E5,
for
yeah.
improving the knight and e4, e5 one day. I think he definitely went for the right plan.
Yeah.
After the move, queen b3, queen b2, f6, h4 happened, h6, then g4, vacating the square for the knight so that when he goes for any pawn break, the knight will be in a better place to now support that confrontation. Okay, then this happened, knight to the fate. Again, myself, I prefer rook e1 again because there is no opening of the D file anytime soon.
Yeah.
The file that we're highly likely to open is going to be the E and the F. So I still prefer rook e1. Okay, e5 still is a move because now with the knight absent on the d7 square, there's no more that much support for the e5 square. So this also makes sense, e5. Seizing the opportunity to go e5. This happens, then now gain more space.
Is that necessary?
You can keep the tension.
Yeah, is it possible to maintain it? Because
Take
it comes.
He's
you end up losing
starting
something.
to take the pawn now. So I think e6 practically is a good choice because you are just like now a python. You're just squeezing him and taking all the space. This is more like a python grip. Bit by bit, you are saying, brother, I'm taking life out of your position.
An idea would be, yeah, that's actually interesting.
Because after knight f8, the knight is more or less trapped. Even let's say you go, wait. H5, yeah, H5.
Knight to G3, then H5.
H5 and you soften up the 5 square.
Yeah.
You go H5 and if the go takes, you speed up stuff with this and you switch your attack now to the king side.
Yeah.
And this is where you should be easily winning now. H5 is a good idea. You follow through with knight G3, bishop D3, and everything is pointing towards the king side.
Yeah.
There's only one defender there.
He still has no bishop playing, his other rook is not playing, his knight is not playing.
It's just gone like that.
Yeah.
If you look at the Assad ratio, in terms of the number of pieces you have on the king side, you'll be having the bishop, the knight, the queen coming in, the rook, and again, it's only one knight.
Yeah.
Then that should be winning. You don't even need to calculate deeply, just by understanding the ratio for attackers against defenders. It is just too much in favor of them, of the white side. I remember a story by Gary Kasparov. They asked him one day, Gary, how are you so good with your attack? Somehow, whenever you attack, your attacks always finish in a most precise, convincing way. And how do you do it? Then his answer was that, when we were at this Soviet Russian school, they taught us that, when you are attacking, you must pay attention to the Assad ratio. Then the guy asked him, what is the Assad ratio? What might be that? His answer was that when you are attacking, you have to count how many attackers are there against the defenders. If your attackers are two more than the defenders, that attack on principle should be winning.
Wow.
I think the logic is very clear. Even if you sacrifice one piece, you are still a piece up in that attack. So you can get away with that. You can just sacrifice one piece and you still have enough material to now finish off the guy there. So in this case for Jora, Jora will be like 4 pieces up in the attack. He can still sacrifice 2 pieces and he still have a big lead in that ratio. So I think on principle here, H5, Knight G3 is gone for the black side. White is winning. And like we said, looking at the standings, if Jora wins this one, I believe she should be now first because the guy who is chasing him, even if he wins and Jora loses the last round, Jora is going to win by head-to-head tie-break. I think this one will be
and even by this time, Jora has played all the strong players.
Yes, today Jora had a very tough pairing, and
if he wins all his games today, I think he's playing first all the strong players in
this section.
Yeah.
So the boy did well. Has been in control, since the very first round. He was the target because look, when you're at the top, everybody want to play you and beat you, but he stood his own. He held his own at the top, and he made sure that rating it really do matter. As a top seed, you must sometimes make sure that you make sure that the numbers they also speak. You are not a top seed for no good reason. I think this one is gone. It's a win for white in the long run. Saudi and this one, it was even at one point. This French KIA setup. As mentioned earlier on, Black's only problem is this guy on e6. And one weakness is not enough to cost you a game if you are playing maybe decent moves. So this should also be equal for some time, unless maybe Black kind of messes up something at one point, but it should be holdable for the black side. We can take Jaden and Dave. This one, this was the one where we recommended the idea Bishop C1. Then our idea was that for Black, his play should be on the queen side with stuff like B5. Idea being that after B5, if they take, now you have this new targets of attack.
Yeah, knight
right?
to b6, and you can even drop
Yes.
your rook down that diagonal.
Exactly that. So
Yeah.
rook c5 might now come with that play. And also imagine, even this also is a move. You have this entry, this penetration on the second rank. So b5 looks like a very good resource, unless of course you are missing something. But this should be good for the black side. You have enough counterplay. Instead, he chose e5. Maybe this is very similar in terms of somebody trying to generate counterplay. But if you take, or you take and has to go, it's gonna go e5 still.
Yeah, you have the other pawn. But how?
But it opens up the position for the bishop. I can go bishop d6 and go. Oh, I don't know. I can't go c5 here. Let's see. Take. If I take,
Then you play.
they take back and
Then you play
renew the
bishop.
threat of e5.
Then you play bishop to g4.
Yeah, bishop to g4,
Yeah,
and now you play can switch the e file.
yeah, you can. Yeah, you can even do that.
Maybe he's on time to hold with king
There.
there, or rook e8, rook e1, sorry, rook e8, and
Let's see.
black's position looks a bit shaky, but somehow he's surviving. It looks a bit shaky, of course, but somehow the guy is surviving. Then what might be the story for the white side? Because here you got the bishop pair, right? And the position is getting open move by move. It can only favor the guy with the bishop pair.
Yeah.
Your plan, let's confirm with the machine. Your bishop f3, the machine likes. Okay, bishop f3, putting pressure on the b7 end. If they go b6, the position is getting even much more open and open.
Yeah, actually.
Okay. Let's see your point, bishop here.
Oh, he has that knight move.
This annoying
Now
knight
what
move,
b4?
but b4 or maybe this one.
Yeah. But it's already
Oh,
defended.
yes, still king there, and if you go here, if you go. Oh, some tactics kind of save the day here.
Yeah.
Or even this.
That doesn't work because he ends up
You
losing.
have takes and something.
Ends up
Then
losing the
no, this one will work well for the white side. Okay. So the boys, what did they do here? They went takes. Then bishop g4, the boy played. King f7.
Oh, and then now you have bishop. Oh, okay. King to 7, bishop e3.
Bishop e3 is also an interesting try.
Bishop
Oh,
e3. Wow. Okay.
wow. Did he see this?
No, this.
He saw it.
No, he did. Oh, yeah.
He did see the move, yeah? Because now you have a point of the pin and the along the diagonal and the file. If you grab on e3, then now this drops with a lot of unpleasant play because on the seventh rank and this drops and you can always take back on e3 or on f2. Oh, okay, that happened. Took. That's happened. Oh, that is this juncture. This juncture. The point is that even your material up here, the nature of the opposite color might give black some chances. But again, still if there's anyone who's playing for the win to be now white because a pawn is a pawn. A pawn is a pawn, is material. You just grab back and you're a pawn up. You might be having some counter chances because of the opposite color, but come on, this is a pawn. So white should be pressing here. White after this, f takes e3, he should be pressing. We can go take a look at the other one. Oh, this one was interesting earlier on in the opening. Nathiel Manyeki versus Wakiwa. Wakiwa was actually doing fine for the most part of the game. Let's see in the opening. They managed to get a very good one for the Wakiwa, the very good IQ pawn. Because here, a better try for Nathiel probably was to try castle short side. And the point is that you have this long-term problem for the white side. If you stabilize, consolidate, then in the long run, this isolana is going to be in your favor as black. So going on the queen side probably was a bit risky for him because now the c file is open like they continued here. Look at this. This is good, and these moves are so easy to find for the white side. I mean, bishop e3, rook c1, then you just get the advantage. Okay, bishop e3, bishop b4, rook c. All these moves easy to find. Even this one is crashing for this guy.
Now a move like a3 just for
improve your knight with some many threads. This is coming one day, not in the long future, like immediately you're feeling that. If king b8, this is a problem now. You cannot go bishop d6. This comes. There's a lot of weaknesses on the dark squares. This is just crashing for Wakiwa. So Wakiwa finds knight b5 here, and Nathaniel is in some problems here, some trouble here. Yes. So instead, Nathaniel instead, after this a3 he took. Wakiwa played rook takes e3, which again retains a bit of advantage for the white side. This happened. That it's not so easy to play the white piece now because the attack is not so clear cut. Maybe b4, b5. Takes, and now Nathaniel won a pawn. And opponent here, Wakiwa, does not have enough counterplay. With this, then grab. F5. I think it's a matter of technique. You're just a pawn up here, and you simplify the environment, and you have a very good knight on that post. That happened. Oh, g6, g4. This happened. Oh, queen e4. This trade was not a good trade for the black. Wait. Oh, the pawn is lost. Take and g5. What is the point? Oh, wow. This is also lost for the black. Take and fix
And
this
then,
guy. Go g5. You are going to just walk your guy there, your guy there, and it's just an easy win. Oh, this was winning on the spot. Take and go g5. All these pawns were so bad, you're going to pick them up with this entry point, and there you go. Because g5 first, key move, you go, fix. h4 does not help because h6.
h6.
If they take,
just take.
then now the guy start walking to us.
But you're close enough.
Oh, so a4, a5.
Ladies, you can ignore the.
Oh, you're going to pick up everything there. You're going to have an outside pass corner. Okay. Oh, this is an easy one at this point. So knight takes e3 was winning on the spot because here, after this, white can still fight back with bishop e5 and bishop c1. Okay. I think here the guy saw the moment, took and a6. Now it's an easily winning situation like we saw earlier on. G5, then now h5. Keep material and now again key and 3 will win.
Goes back, then you push e5.
Then g5 control. This is now easily winning for black again. This happened, that happened. Okay, this is just easily winning. It's game over. Where are we at? Suja, is this still ongoing? How?
This is.
How is this still ongoing?
Let's trying to fight it.
Okay. A5 is a move. Knight g3, I believe also. Anything is actually working here. Knight g3, like our h5 also that we like so much, still a move there. If they take, we don't even care about pawns. I believe knight g3 is about to get into the king that very quickly. Now this guy comes, knight comes on a5 or on h5, queen comes also. It's gonna be curtains in the king side. Instead, the guy chose knight g3. Again, very much okay.
Still fine,
He's still in the spirit of the position.
H5.
Bishop d3. Oh, this again. Okay. You know, when your position is as good as this one, even king h1 is still winning. Even if you take back your queen, I don't know. Anyway, it's gonna be winning us still. Okay, so knight c3, they played. Queen g8. Bishop f5, they played. You know, when the machine suggests you give away material like this, then you know things are very bad for your side. So I just gone for this is very bad for the black side. I think Jora is gonna take this one. Where can you go? Oh, the Malagasy boy, Mr. Aiko Tojomala and Alvin Muhiro from Uganda. Let's see what happened here. We never gave this one a chance. Let's see from the very beginning what happened. A Sicilian. This is a Sicilian first. Many Sicilian played in this round. Okay, takes. Okay, g3. G3. Already black here looks like it's equalized because zero problems for the black side. You can go G5 one day and you are very much okay here. Oh, that happened. E5.
Fine.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, his argument is that E5 is a bit premature. You are so weak on the
You are
dark squares.
but
But knight A5, what is happening here?
you get checkmated because you see the bishop on
takes
A6.
and then yeah.
Bishop on A6 is checkmate.
It's
After
gonna be a
bishop.
checkmate.
Yeah.
Queen E3 is gonna be a checkmate, right? This is too slow.
No, just take
Take and
is
queen E3.
checkmate. You can't go. Oh, because you have
Queen E3 is the
queen
mate.
E3,
Yeah, that's
mate.
where the mate is.
Then
at. Yeah. So there's a pen.
Interesting.
Knight to the D5
How
square.
about knight to G5?
I'm looking at knight G5.
Yeah, knight G4. Yeah, just
Knight G4.
Yeah. Because now we have king to D1.
You did the king to. Oh, king
After
to
you take the
D1
king
after
to-
queen E3.
Yeah,
after
yeah.
takes.
Yeah.
Yeah, king D1. Yeah, knight G4 almost works, but the problem is king to the D1.
Yeah, you create space for the king to escape.
Yeah. So knight G4. Still here, black should be doing very well. Take and open the C5.
Yeah.
C3. Rook to the B8. B4. Wait, bishop takes B4. Nothing there. Yeah, bishop takes B4 looks interesting.
Sure.
Yeah, this king is in the center.
How about bishop to D2?
Because you
afterwards?
can't castle. Oh, bishop B2.
Yeah.
You can say, look, wait, okay.
Bishop
your king
to D2 is terrible because I have
Queen B2 and
bishop to. Wow. Let me
I think Queen B2 will give us a very good
then
compensation.
queen to C3.
Queen to C3 covering the dark space.
Yeah, covering all the dark squares. Yeah, everything is covered.
Everything
the king
is
is in the
covered.
center, but you've covered all your bases.
Yes. Let's see. Takes. Oh, okay. This boy threw in queen to the D4. He was not happy with that queen C3 idea.
Okay.
Oh, this makes a bit of sense. Then after rook B1, what now? Queen C4 or rook C8? Or bishop D3 first.
Okay, yeah, just.
Queen there, bishop to the E4. Eh?
Wow, I think. Oh, did you not have after queen to
Bishop
G4? After queen to G4.
That's how we got here.
After queen
This
to G4,
ending.
did you have
After queen G4,
did you have queen to we'll go back a bit? Yeah.
after queen G4,
Queen to G4. Did you have queen here?
queen A1.
Yeah, queen one just going for the check. Or it's transpose.
Maybe it's very similar.
Very similar.
Yeah, very similar to queen C4.
Okay, I see.
It's going to transpose back to that line.
How about rook takes? Rook takes on
On B4.
yeah, rook takes on B4.
When you have queen takes G7,
takes
hitting
on
you there
G7.
on
Queen takes on G7.
hitting you on G7 with the check. I think after rook takes B4.
Yeah.
What if now they chop here?
Just move the rook. Move rook to F8 and wait.
Or rook F8 and
Yeah,
renew
Yeah.
all your threats.
Yeah, threats are still there.
This and all that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, this might give us black some advantage. Let's see.
Oh, it's
Oh, white
wow.
is actually.
Wait, is
You don't have enough here.
we
Don't
just
have
castle.
enough.
So because of just castles.
Oh, because now the bishop is no longer on that last square.
Yeah, it's just castle. Okay. So you have to go for. You have to capitalize immediately
Hey,
before you
but
castle.
here, oh, queen C4 was the move
The
that.
only, yeah.
Oh, takes, give it this guy an equal position.
Yeah.
Okay, takes and rook to the E1. It's level, this rook ending.
So king
Go up
G7,
and you're on time to also have your own stuff going on the queen
yeah.
side.
But how about okay? Yeah, I think that's.
I think you're on time. Because you can already soften up the structure with A5 and pile up on the A pawn, and it's going to be a comfortable draw for the black side. Let's see.
How do they continue?
Instead, they went for, let's see, king E7, takes, rook C8, pressure there. Oh, A5, like I said, is a key resource. You don't even care about the material. You want to just create targets and also have play of your own.
Yep.
So such moves are very important, you know. This A5, this undermining pawn breaks are very important to generate your own play, because if you go standard way of playing the game, sometimes you are never on time. I think A5 and time is important. If now you miss your A5 here, you are never on time to generate your own noise on the queen side. Because after A5, Okay, there are a pawn up here, but come on, you have enough counter
No,
play.
yeah.
The
He
B
gives you too
file, the
much.
C
He
file.
gives you too
You
much.
can pile up quickly on the E file. This
Yeah.
drops quickly.
Yeah.
Instead, he chose rook c7. Natural move, yes, but this guy can easily maybe pile up and you are tied down to defense.
Yeah.
He will now maybe have a3, rook d7 happened, rook d6. Oh, that happened. Double up and
Just
this
defend
happened.
everything, yeah.
a4,
Okay. Rook to b3 probably.
rook to b3, rook to.
Rook to a3.
No, you are never going to find the a5 thing because even at this juncture, if you go a5, they'll have a very strong pass pawn. They're going to go b5.
Yeah.
So timing is very, very important. I think this was the perfect time to throw in a5. Then you are at least equal because of the reasons you can clearly see.
Yeah.
Open fast and also this pawn being terribly weak. Even if you pile up on this guy here, you're going to be quick to get him back.
Yeah.
If they double up here, if nothing, you can hold your guy there and something is going to come back, either this guy or the other guy, and
Yeah.
should be an equal position. This pawn is not going anywhere. You can pile up on it, okay? So this is going to be tricky for black to hold. It's going to be now tricky for black to hold after all this.
Okay.
But somehow black is better here.
Black is okay.
Black is now okay. How did that, how
Wow.
white lose that grip? Okay, black is at least equal here.
Yeah. Actually, black is.
It's
Black is
now pressing, it's the one pressing here, it's
Yeah.
an extra pawn. Let's go back. How happened here? What happened? We thought black misplayed this position at this juncture here. Here, what is the machine saying? Oh, 0-0.
still equal, yeah.
Dead equal. Was white never slightly better at any point? It was all equal throughout.
It seems so.
Oh, okay. All equal, dead equal 0-0.
Then
Oh,
moving
this
it.
one it takes and
Yeah, they did. You see, remove the
B5.
king because that take there comes with check. So remove the king first before you continue with your.
yeah. Or even b5 makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Fix that target on a7 and also say, look, if one day I take on a7, then my pawn will be way closer to the queen side,
Yeah.
to the b8 square. Okay, this happened, that happened. Takes this. Oh, I think you got tricked here because now the guy does not take here.
Yeah.
If he takes here, then it's going to be an easy draw because rook takes. So I think he missed this, the end of the variation that there is this option.
Yeah.
Now the guy is a pawn up. He's going to suffer now as white because black is pressing with the extra pawn.
Yeah.
The other position or the other games. Somehow Jora game is still on. How is that even possible? This king is trying to
The king
run
goes,
the other
wow.
side.
How did the king get there?
But position is not so good at all. You know, even if he tries to run, still this is
But
a huge.
you're giving black too much time.
Exactly. That's one way now to look at it.
Now all the
Because-
pieces are now coming. The queen is there, or the rook is there. It's still bad, but
But now you
Yeah.
are necessarily giving the guy there some hope.
there comes a time where you just.
You have to be decisive and finish off the guy, right? You have to be brutal. Sometimes when you are winning, don't be cute. Try to be as brutal as possible and just finish the game, go home. But okay, still Jora has some huge big advantage in this position. Knight c3 happened here, then queen to the g8. Jora chose the natural bishop d3.
You're just playing with his food.
He's playing his food like you are saying.
Playing with his food. He doesn't want to eat.
But again, the guy is still doing so well. Huge advantage for Jora. Can we check out the other one? Oh, these two boys, Sauti and Kukakaya. This was the one from the French KIA.
Yeah.
Oh, still level, but slightly in Kyle's favor. Because meant to say Joshua. Joshua has this problem on e6.
Yeah.
You can always pile up and pretend that this is a problem for the black side. At least pretend, because you'll be having all the pressure on this target. Just go here one day,
Yeah.
the other guy there
double
one
up.
day.
Yeah.
It's easy to. All these moves are easy to find. Even with the queens outside the board, still you are the one pressing here. But let's
So
see.
black will be forced to push the pawn to e5.
Yeah.
The bishop will be guarding it, and possibly, and also the rook. So
Yes. It will be
becomes
a
much less of a target.
And again, on e5, you are taking away the f4 square for this
Yeah,
guy's bishop.
Yeah.
So it will be a better weakness on e5 than on e6. Okay.
But I think after you double up, oh wow, if the knight is still there. Yeah. If the knight moved and then you double up, now you can play bishop to f4.
Yes.
Because now if he takes, we get out of the rooks down there.
Yeah, if that
double
double, yeah. Tactically, that is a resource. He has to be on the lookout for such idea. Which other game I call? Let's go to Icon and Muhiru Alvin. This rook ending. Oh, we're looking at this one. Which other one have we not looked at? Venice. Let's go to Venice Wambui.
Okay, they drew the one where...
Elizabeth
Yeah,
and Bella. How? Let's see.
we had seen that.
Let's go.
The king went to
We're
back.
at this juncture.
Yeah, here you are.
I think we're after c4, right?
Yeah.
Then this happened. Venice found the best move. Oh no, sorry, meant to say Cassidy. King f3. Cassidy went c3. a5 from Bella, h4 from Bella, c2 from Cassidy. Rook to the d2. Yeah.
And then here, I think it's lucky just to wait. Don't rush it.
Yeah, h6. If nothing, h6.
Yeah.
But this pawn looks a bit overextended now, and your rook is tied down. If you move, the pawn drops.
Yeah.
Let's see, g5, h5 from Bella's side, h6 by Cassidy, h4, sorry, a3, a5, a4. Oh, what was supposed to be better here? Okay, a4. Even the machine is failing to understand the situation. See, it keeps on fluctuating with this evaluation. That's how you see it. Look at the machine now.
Yeah, but
from 0.6 to now minus 2.3.
Yeah, you can. Can you not forgo? You can forgo the pawn on c2 and try to use the one on a4.
On a4.
Yeah. Just give up the pawn on c2. Go for the pawn on a4 and try
You
that
have
new
some play on
weakness.
the a5, right?
Yeah. Try that new weakness because it's a bit far away from the white king. Now the white king that pawn is far away, so it has some chances of being away from the square of the king.
Yes, can always try to stretch this guy, lure here away from the defense of the king of the king side.
Leaving g4 as a weakness. In fact, when you take on f4, g4 will not be a weakness.
I get your point. I get your point. So one good try here is to trade off c for the a.
Yeah.
Then keep some chances on the a file. Let's see. This happened. What you recommend? Takes. Oh, you took this one.
I love that. Okay.
Oh,
because
entry now, and then now he's on time to. I think he should have taken cut off the king.
Yeah.
Here, the pawn is not going anywhere. This one, right?
Yeah.
How about you take and also say, look, I'm cutting you off. No entry on my king side, and this pawn is still within my.
Still weak.
Yeah, I can always take it at any point. This now allows this king.
The king to enter.
King move to now g6.
Yeah.
This is now that this is good play from the white side because she had to find this only move. Otherwise, it was going to be an easy win for the black side. Okay, this is how it led to a draw, and now it's turning into white's favor because you are going to have to sacrifice your rook for the pawn.
How about if you push the pawn? Is it instead of playing rook to h4, leave your rook on g4 and push the other pawn?
Or a4.
Push.
This one. Then of course now it's going to be tricky.
It's going to be tricky. Oh no, it's actually winning for white.
Yeah,
wow.
The machine screams a win for now the white side.
Wow, because now the pawn gets to go.
So you have to sacrifice the rook for that pawn, and the rook will take care of all these pawns. Oh wait, what happened here? This girl from Zambia, Janelle, was actually winning at one point, or should I say she was just better at one point? Let's see what happened in this game. This is under 7, under 9 girls. E4, E5 from the black side, knight f3 by Janelle. Mongo Tasha played knight c6, Janelle bishop c4, Tasha knight f6. This is the standard classical king pawn opening. 2 nice defense. D3. Here one can boldly go for the knight g5 thing and
that's Fred Lever.
Sometimes I think it's best you close your eyes and go knight g5 and hope for the best because this is very complex. Yeah, Fred Lever is doable, especially at this level. I think it will give some serious practical problems to the black side. Okay, the general one d3, which is of course very much okay. Bishop c5, c3, slow Italian game. 0-0 here. 0-0 from the white side. Tasha d6, Janelle knight bd2, Tasha a6. Since you have committed your bishop outside the structure there, it might make sense to go a6 because you have no bishop to break the pin. Okay, that makes a bit of sense. Rook e1, knight to the g4. What is the point? preparing to go, also pressure there.
Attack, yeah.
And also in some lines preparing to go f5, okay?
Yeah.
Good play from the black side. Good play from the black side, knight g4. Preparatory move for f5 and also hitting f2 square. After this, queen
Queen to
f6. The machine does not like that one.
Yeah, because why are you taking the knight after I push
After
the pawn?
h3.
Where is the knight going? You have to give it up.
How is h3 not a good move at this point?
It was what
Are
was
there
played.
some sacrifices? Oh, h3 was played.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then
take.
Ooh, giving up a whole
Oh,
piece.
giving up a
Okay.
piece like that.
Yeah.
Because now General is winning a piece, eh?
Yeah.
Takes, and there is zero compensation for
And,
this
and
piece.
you're supposed to give up the okay.
And the machines are just to give away the exchange again. What is happening here? Am I seeing ghosts? Let me see. Knight g4. Oh, you have just won a piece.
Yeah.
Takes, then you can now take
Then
two
give up the
pieces for the minor pieces. Okay, it makes sense. Oh, king f1. Human move because stepping away from this this pin and this other pin on the g file. Okay.
Yeah. Just trying to
Let's
be
see.
safe here.
Still white still stands better here. She went back.
Ooh, wow. Why?
Wow. This is where now it started to become worse
You hold
for
a piece,
the.
but you're
You have to be careful. Still have to convert that advantage or nest it to some serious advantage. Here a4 was also a good choice, huh?
Yeah,
Expanding here with the threat of b4 e5, right?
yeah, forcing
At
it
least
to
you're
this.
forcing it to go a5 or a6
Yeah.
or a6 or whatever. But this one is giving black some advantage because he gets back some material and pressure on f2. There's no easy way to defend on f2 there.
Yeah.
And that I believe happened. After takes king f1, this one,
No?
the opponent returned the favor. She missed the queen takes g2.
It's actually not better for black after you take on g2.
Yeah,
Even bring a
it's-
piece down.
Your compensation is just more than enough for the lost piece.
Yeah.
Because there's no way to defend f2 there. Oh, the rook is keeping an eye on f2
Yeah,
there,
the rook
but
is
okay,
there.
there's too much pressure. The
But
f5
it's
comes.
trapped there.
Yeah, f5 is coming.
Yeah, just
f5 is
open up the
coming and
position.
open up there.
Yeah, bishop is also coming back to g4.
And the bishop is coming to g4, and it's going to be good news for the black side. Okay, the kid found queen to the h5,
They're being too generous today. But
knight
okay.
f1, covering h2 and the other squares. King, now she finally saw that, hey, I could have taken g2. She's
Yeah.
trying to get there, and now
Kind of,
g3.
Yeah. No, you should not allow
Slowly
it.
now, white has made some progress, managed to get the knight from this square to a very much better one on the g3.
But with a lot of help. With a lot of help from
a lot of help
black.
from the black side, of course. Yes, yeah, true that. Okay, here, I think the best way to try is just h5 and hope for something on the king side. Yeah, because this now you are giving white too much time to consolidate. I can now go bishop e3, remove one of the key attackers. So even this move knight, or even king, they go back and cover your side or yourself on the king side. Okay.
Yeah.
Instead, she shows this one. Also, a decent move, opening communication between the queen and that g4 square.
Yeah.
This happened. Now that happened. Queen h5.
Okay, move back a bit.
Bishop to f2.
Yeah, what's that idea about?
What's the point? He's still winning for white, but
After
the
takes,
idea
takes.
is that this pin is difficult to break. Eh?
After attacking.
Yeah, and f5 is coming, I think.
But with that pin, don't you have a knight to f3 attacking the
oh,
queen?
knight f3. Yeah, let's see the point. Takes.
Then you play f4.
Oh, you take with the rook.
You don't take with the king, why
The
not?
king now.
Oh, no.
Oh, quick. Oh, wow.
Wow, okay.
I think we have been
Yeah, we are tired.
out for with the analysis for quite some time now. That is why we are missing this. Okay, these
see.
little ideas. Okay, so here after knight to the h2, queen g6. Queen h5 was going to make life even easier for the white side.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see bishop b5. Bishop to the d7.
Yeah.
Queen h5 is still a resource, trying to trade off the queen. Queen e2 still much okay.
Yeah.
That happened. Queen g4 or even bishop e3. I think anything here almost works for the white side.
Yeah.
This I'm curious. How did Janelle lose this one? Because
But given that, wow.
no, bit by bit she's giving this guy or she's giving Tasha now some chances to get back.
Okay.
That happened. Bishop a4, bishop g4 down. Takes. She's still winning, but she must play accurately.
Yeah.
She's still
This is
just
actually
winning.
under 7
Under 7 and 9 girls.
Okay.
These are the young champs, the young stars. Let's see.
Okay.
I'm so curious to see how this happened because it looks like white is just winning. But somehow something happened at the end. Hey, yeah.
Okay, now it's
not equal, but because the king is exposed, right?
yeah.
At minimum, you're going to have perpetual checks. At very minimum, then perpetual checks. I think white tried to play for more here. Oh, black is the one who went for more end.
And now
mate
it's
in
mate in two. But previously it was just a move before. White is better now.
If he goes for
Because
activity, if you're going to
after you check what happens, king goes to h7, then how do you follow up? Rook to a8, then king to h7. Then what's the follow up? How do you?
Rook a2 is the only move that seems to be the only resource to defend here. You can check and go back to a2. That's the
A2.
point. Try to recover your 7th rank.
Okay.
Because this queen e3 thing or d3 is a threat.
Mm.
But at the moment, you're still controlling d3 there. So check and go back to a2. That's the resource.
Just maintain it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, but instead, she missed this move. Janelle missed this idea. Instead, she went for queen c1, hoping to have some trade of queens, and she's winning because of too much material in the board. But instead, opponent found the only winning move, queen d3, and it's easy to find. Check and think later. This time around, it's game over.
Anytime you see a check, just
Oh, okay, interesting. Janelle was just much better throughout. I think she went into this round leading by half a point.
Yeah.
Can you confirm
Let me confirm.
on the standings?
This is on 11 now. Tasha, Janelle, half a point. She was leading with half a point. Now she lost that game. And
so it's going to be wide open in the under 7.
Now it's open. Now it's open.
It's open. And it was hers for to take it because, she was better the whole entire time. But somehow, look at this. The game, Jora and Shiloh is still ongoing. I think Jora is playing with his food,
Yeah, definitely.
He's just joking around with his food. This might come to haunt him. He was just winning. He's still winning still, come on. But why is
the
this
position
still
was so
ongoing?
good. He has taken too long,
Even
but
if he can play this, that, 2 moves, he's still be better.
Is still there.
But why should he be queued for this long? Yes, just finish up the guy there and, save energy for the next one. We are not saying the game is so easy like that, but we are basically saying when you are winning, be brutal, be much more precise, and finish off the guy and get ready for the next one.
Yeah.
Because this guy can pretend that he has made some improvement because from here the king feels a bit safer on c7 than on the g file.
Yeah.
It is just that these pieces are out of the game. Bishop is so bad. This kind of, make this piece kind of out of the game. Technically, this guy is a bishop down.
Yeah.
Even if he goes to c8, he will never maneuver this bishop to any good square. This knight again on b4 is dominated by the bishop. The bishop is controlling all the entry points. Okay, Jora will still win this.
That's how the game is,
Maneuver the guy to g6, and I mean, come on, this is gonna be an easy one in Jora. But maybe Jora is actually doing the right approach because sometimes you want to finish off somebody very quickly, but actually the best way, depending on the position, is to now go slowly, make sure that the remaining position you are still winning. You are not throwing away any advantage, and you know that there is zero counterplay for the guy there.
Yeah, if you want to take it slow, make sure you still have the momentum. You need to lose it.
You still have more than enough advantage to convert. So here, I like the maneuver.
Yeah, I think just move the knight. Don't give up anything. Just move the knight. He wants to exchange the knights.
Oh, you want to just...
just keep your pieces.
Keep as many pieces as possible on the board.
And in fact, if you can bring that knight over to g6.
The other one at 5.
Yeah. that would be something.
That would be so beautiful because now there'll be pressure on the e7 square.
Yeah.
It will be difficult to defend the e7 square
Yeah.
because our point is that if you go knight to the g3,
Yeah.
then switch play, get this guy to g6 instead,
Yeah.
get the other guy there to f5, then now problems. Okay, Jora went for my choice.
But you can
knight h4.
still do it. You can bring, yeah.
Yeah, it still is
still there.
very much okay for the white side. It's still winning for the white, easily winning actually.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go to the French KIA.
Okay.
Like we predicted, e5 happened.
Uh-huh.
We left this game at this point. Here, the recommended move was e5, it happened. Then now, Kyle played troop to the e2,
Still waiting.
waiting to now double up one day on the file. Takes. You know, it's difficult to play such positions as black.
Yeah.
Even if you trade, still there are some concessions. Whatever you do, there's a big concessions left on the board. But the main one, of course, here is this backward pawn. Is forever long-term weakness on the semi-open file. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. Instead, this guy is the one that initiated exchanges. Joshua takes rook e6 from the black side.
Yeah, just retreat.
Okay,
You have to
retreat
double up, or
and-
even at some point even play f4.
Yeah,
If
and
you
you
have
have
time.
this sheepo.
Oh, the
if
pin, yeah,
they
okay.
blink, you're gonna go bishop c4.
Yeah.
So king
Of course
of
they
the
saw
pin.
it.
That happened.
Double up. The rook goes there. Isn't f4 move?
F4 here.
Oh, it's too weakening.
Yeah, maybe that. But one thing about bishop b4, strategically, this is a very good choice because you are taking away the e4, the e8 square.
How about if not that? Does bishop to f4 now work then?
Bishop to f4.
Yeah. Instead of playing that weakening move, bishop to f4. Does it not work?
Bishop f4.
Yeah. And then how does the
Knight
opponent
g4.
respond? Knight to?
G4.
Oh, okay. There's knight to g4, but knight to g4. How about f3?
F3.
Yeah.
Maybe knight e3 now it becomes a bit complicated.
Then you
But
check back. You check
check
back
with the bishop and
but yeah, okay.
it's still a pawn.
You're not up with that. You need bishop of opposite
But
colors.
bishop f4 for sure is should be a choice, an option. Oh, the computer does not like it.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, you're gonna have some counter play on f2.
Yeah. After
I
the
think
knight
it's,
becomes
yeah, it's gonna be a
Wow.
concrete response. Take a knight g4 at one
Just
point.
ignoring it.
Oh, c3. Yeah, c3.
Would they have to?
Take with the c pawn.
Yeah.
I'm wondering
What's
the key idea in the long run.
you're giving black something?
No, these are not human moves. You know, whenever you play such a move, you
Yeah.
have to be very sure about that because you might just be giving this guy the counter play he has been looking for. Oh, let's go deeper into this position. I'm thinking this might be a move. We know why. I think after c3, if they allow c takes d4, you are going to have b4 one day because no more c pawn, right?
Okay.
b4 so that you increase the scope of your next square bishop.
I see.
There might be a point because look, maybe generally we might be thinking as women that this big pawn becomes weak after c takes, but not really because if they take, you take with the bishop. For example, you can even switch off the engine. If you go c3, taking here is bad for the black because you take an improvement.
Yeah.
This pawn, though it's backward, is not a weak pawn because there's a bishop keeping an eye on that pawn.
Yeah.
Not only that, there is no good way to attack it, right? So we cannot label this pawn as weak like we always say. A weakness is only a weakness if it can be exploited. Otherwise, you are probably just making noise. So here, this is good for the white side. We agree because of pressure and all that.
Yeah.
Or then the other variation, let's say maybe they play a waiting move. I don't know which one. Maybe knight g4, let's say. then we can grab it back here.
Yeah.
Point being that after this, I'm
You're
kind of
saying,
thinking b4 is a move. You want to increase the scope of this bishop.
Okay.
If they take, then now
taking
now
is
your
bad.
bishop pair now will start drumming
yeah.
up all the noise.
Yeah, but how
Oh,
about
this is
bishop
very
to
good.
c7? Just waiting with bishop to c7.
Oh, to c7.
Yeah, does that do anything?
That's a very good one.
Yeah.
Then
But
I think we'll
yeah,
take
you
and
don't-
reroute
yeah.
the guy there.
Yeah. Oh, don't check. Just wait with it, or
Wait a bit.
yeah, just wait with it. Play, attack, try and attack the bishop. Is
How
it
can we
possible
go?
to play rook to c1?
Oh, rook to c1, yes.
Yeah, with the intention
Yeah,
of-
rook to c1.
Yeah, possibly the intention of going rook to c6 and
Rook c1, yes, because if they pile up here, we can always cheer.
yeah, you always have that.
Yes, we always have this resource. But ourselves, we want to have entry along the c file.
Yeah.
Because we are keeping an eye on this weak pawn.
Yeah.
I think, that's the way to go. We maintain this tension, we don't take, we only release it in our favor. For now, we leave it the way they are, and the way it is, and improve our rook.
Yeah.
With entry threat at one point, and we should be much better. So c3 is actually a concrete, good move for
It's a
the long-term kind of situation.
Yeah.
We have been at the commentary booth for quite some time now, more than an hour.
Yeah.
We are going to start seeing goals, and
We can take a small break,
we can take a small break,
take a breather, and then now allow the games
have
to
some dinner, come back. If there's still some games going on, we can get to analyze those. Let's see one more time. This one, it was equal at one point. Let's go back. This boy, Jaden and Dave. We thought this at one point was level. Oh, this was the one here.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's where we left off.
Oh yeah, this was the one here. Okay, here is still a bit level after this because of the opposite color, but like we mentioned, it's only going to be difficult to defend as black because a pawn is a pawn at the end of the day. This is a clean pawn.
Yeah.
There's a pawn, then now entry. Wow.
Okay.
One thing, isn't this making life easy for black?
It is. It is because now.
I think you have to keep your rooks here. Definitely, you must keep your rooks.
Yeah.
If you do this, then this should be an easy draw for the. How did this guy now lose this one? Because it should be an easy draw.
Yeah.
Here now improve a king. King e7, correct? King there. Okay. You wanted to make way there.
This is a game that is currently ongoing.
Yeah. And it's winning now for the white side.
Let's see. So the pawn is pushed
But
now.
a4.
Yeah,
why
why
is a4
A4?
matters? Because
Just wait with
we
it.
can just wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. Go bishop f8. Force a4.
Yeah.
Then now you know things are fixed on the queen side. It's more like 3-3 there, right?
Yeah.
Then now you play around with the king. Play a waiting game.
Yeah.
You can now get in your guy there to f6 and play for h6 g5. Put all your guys on the dark squares.
Yeah,
So
just
this
explore.
a4. We are now okay. If take takes, the point was that okay, you're going to be getting back this guy at one point.
Yeah, definitely.
Or g5. There's a potential passer on the c file.
Yeah. So when you take the king, because now I'm playing.
This happens.
And then and then now you have your bishop cut. Oh, that's
Eh.
wow.
Now he's playing with fire because.
A lot of
Oh,
it.
okay. Okay.
Okay. Wow. Why is he giving all this? Okay.
I think this was maybe poor play from the black side.
Ooh. What's to that? Then now that. But no, the problem is now. Yeah. Now it's.
Now he's going to be easily winning because you have this
Yeah.
pass and it's going to be a new pass. There's another passer here.
But yeah, just,
Here
yeah,
and now
great-
entry.
Great weaknesses.
So
now.
it's going to be easily winning for the white in the long run. But wait, I'm very much convinced that after rook goes off, that's a draw.
Yeah, it's a
That's an easy draw. You can draw it many ways. Let's go
Even in
confirm.
this position after. Yeah.
Even here, it's not too late.
Yeah.
Even here, okay, it looks like you are tied down because you can. Yeah, but if that's the case, you can just quickly go here and
Yeah.
move your pawns. Go to f6 and now free up your bishop.
Yeah.
Get this guy to this diagonal. He's not doing anything on the long diagonal. And you should be okay in this position.
Yeah.
King e6, bishop f8, and we are very much okay in this position. We can verify with our friend the computer here. It's still dead equal.
Yeah. Uncompromisingly equal.
Okay, this A5 is still very much okay. Here,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
A4. A4, that's where he tilted.
You move with bishop
Yeah,
to
my
F8.
move bishop F8. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
still.
it.
Then now you are forcing A4.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
after you step off from this diagonal, he has to play A4.
No option.
And now it's going to be 3 against 2, but
Conclusion.
fix the structure. And you know the good thing about this idea, you're going to come back and now tie down the bishop to the defense of the pawn.
In fact, you just play a bishop. At that point, you just play a bishop to C5 and leave it there, and the position is not opening up for anything.
Oh,
After
also, though, this is also a very good idea. You want to play A4 so bad, right?
Yeah.
Then go E4. Prepare to go E4 without worrying about B4 because you have king takes. Let's say they
Yeah.
take it. Then now your idea A4 will work.
Yeah.
You can now force your A4 because now you cannot avoid the trade. If you go B4, we grab on the C4.
Yeah.
But much more simple is bishop F8.
Yeah.
Okay, now he's playing with fire. After this,
And then another.
oh, E4 again is a move.
It's still draw.
Yeah, it's still a draw because you are quick
Yeah.
to no go
yeah.
bishop B2,
Bishop to
right?
F8, and yeah, just pick.
You're on time to do all this.
Yeah.
If he picks there, you're gonna pick on A3.
Yeah. Probably.
If B, this also draws, right?
Yeah, he was worried about this pawn here, probably.
On B4, on which one?
On F4, because now this bishop moved here to attack this pawn. Now he pushed that pawn to defend it, but
Oh yeah. He has to defend actively with E4, right?
Yeah.
Offer this one because you cannot take both of them at the same time.
yeah, he has to take
You have
one.
to pick one at a time. Then yourself, you are guaranteed of grabbing all these two.
Yeah.
Then again, it's going to be an easy draw. I think it has went back to a draw. Do you see that the computer evaluation? Let's go back to live. Somehow it has went back to 0-0.
Sure. In this position.
In that position where we left here, it was supposed to be easily. Okay, let's not do it easily. It was winning for the white side at this point. Plus 5.6.
Yeah.
The computer screaming a win. But the bar keeps on fluctuating. See, it's now better for the white and there. But here, H4, the computer does not like that one.
Computer like you.
Oh, bishop here,
The computer wants you to pick these two pawns here.
then create an outside pass pawn with 2 against 1
2
here,
against
right?
1, yeah,
Just
that's
give this for those,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I think
the
this
bishop,
makes a bit of sense.
Yeah.
You give this one for that so that you can have 2 outside pass pawns. You're going to win the bishop for one of the pawns and you promote the remaining pawn.
It's +6, but it's a slow +6.
Yeah,
it's
you
a
have
slow
to
win.
grind it slowly but
Yeah.
surely. You are going to convert it to a point. Then our brothers and table number 1,
Silver.
Shilo and Jora.
Still there.
Jora is still playing with his foot,
Yeah.
but I think he's
Still maintaining his advantage.
maintaining a huge, big advantage.
Yeah, his position was that good. His position was just that good.
No, this one is Jora for the taking. Jora has to take this one. Jora will take this one for sure. Where can we go? All these are finished. This other one still ongoing.
Yeah, let's see that.
Let's check out this one. We can go maybe quickly run through the opening stages and it was the classical king pawn opening e4, e5, bishop c4, Italian, h6, c3, bishop d4, b5, knight d7, knight takes. Okay, b5. Better was knight e5.
Okay.
Knight a5 with the idea that you want to take and also take the e4 pawn.
Yeah. But you can just take here. Knight f4, just take there with the knight, take on e5, and then if the knight checks, you
Here?
take back with the knight.
On e5, why?
Back when the knight goes to f4, knight goes to f5. You just take
Or
with
take
your
with
knight.
the knight.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
take
take
with
with,
the
and then
knight.
with the knight
Or
takes,
maybe you have to go
take it
d6
back.
first, right?
Yeah.
I think after this.
I just take on e5.
Okay, I think you can go d6.
Yeah.
D6
Oh,
first.
this is first. This
Maybe
one is.
oh yeah.
it's
What am I doing here? D5 or D5 maybe. It's
Possibly,
another
yeah.
position now. It's
Yeah.
more like a fried liver
Yeah.
or two nice kind of situation. Okay. Maybe the kid chose a much more easier resource to find this one, even though he's dropping material. D5 takes
Still fine.
back 0-0. White is a pawn up. Oh wait. Trading off here is not so good for the white. Simple reason is that you are just helping this guy to improve his pieces and he's very, very active. So Queen G3 better and Rook E1 much better. This trade is in white's favor, in black's favor. Oh,
Possibly the intention of going. Okay. Wow.
let's see. Check. Black's pieces are very active. It's a pawn down, but still he has huge, big lead in development and pressure all over the place.
Yeah.
C5, in the spirit of the position, open up things because of the bishop pair. Takes and now that happened.
That's okay.
Takes and this is dropping. Oh, the point is take back and now that happened. All this time C4 was an option, winning the knight. Huh? Then we are at this juncture.
Yeah, this is where the game
We are at this point. It's level, but it's a highly imbalanced game. How? Because this guy has material, but black again is also very active.
Yeah, the rooks
Very
are,
active. That is his only compensation. If white can consolidate here, then he's going to be winning because of the 2 pawns.
Yeah.
So black must play very accurately to maintain equality. We go back to the top board. Our guy Jora is still pushing, and Shilo.
Yeah.
Who else is still there? Aiko and Muhiwa. Kyle and Joshua. Let's see these 2 guys. Aiko. Aiko is a queen. Is about to go to queen.
But black is winning.
Black is winning. Queen is winning. What happened? Was Aiko not better at one moment? Oh, this is that rook ending where we.
Yeah. You said black had the outside pass pawn, which was.
Yeah, which is his trump card, you know. Even if his hold-up ball is going to be difficult for the white side.
Yeah.
A pawn is a pawn. You have to play precisely to hold. Which other game? This one looks like it's gonna be finishing anytime from now.
Yeah.
This guy is winning material.
But how? Let's see how black is winning. Well,
I
black is
think
going to win,
win the rook. But that is why he's trying to deflect the rook from the b file so that he can have this kind of checks.
Yeah. How about that?
Let's see how. Let's switch off the engine. If promotion takes, check. What to do now? What to do?
You have to hide it behind the pawn. Go behind the pawn.
This one.
Yeah. With the intention of
How are you
going,
going to do? Oh, then now.
rook to d2.
And then you move away
Yeah,
to the center there.
Yeah.
Right? No, I get that. I get the winning mechanism. Like my brother is saying, here should also win because your point is to go there, go here, and when the rook moves to a file, then now you
just
can
slide
go
out,
there and
yeah.
walk towards the rook here and now use these 2 files.
Yeah.
And they're always going to be promoting. Unless he moves towards the side to now try and claim that I am denying exit in the squares.
Yeah.
Let's just see for the fun of it. Let's say here, whose turn is it to play?
It's white to play. It's
White to play. Let's see, he waits here.
Like you drop the rook
Hey,
down.
but the problem is that you're going to combine that idea with the other ones here.
Yeah.
You can just go here. If they go there, then now they're too far from this side of the board. You cannot proceed with the plan rook to the b8. And if now they grab here, so they can't even do that. They have to
They move there.
go there. Then now this works.
Yeah.
If that, then now you just escape. Just escape
just
to escape, and it's a win. So if now they try this one, are they even on time?
No, they're not.
They're not on time because, wait, maybe they are. Let's see. Here,
There you go.
that, there,
Then you.
here.
Yeah. Just move
Then
your finger.
going to go here, and wait, check.
Check. Just move
Oh,
down.
the other side, not.
Or you check,
yeah.
checks you again, and then you go there.
And I think you go to the other side. It's just easily winning here. Okay. Well, this plane is winning in all the lines. This rook G8, G1 to B1 should be easily winning for the black side. This one is also almost as good as finished. Let's go to Joshua and Kyle. Kyle went for idea bishop f4.
Yeah.
And the only way for Joshua to keep the balance, he must find this active defense. Rook to f7,
Yeah, yeah.
combine that with knight g4. Just trade off the e for the f.
Yeah, don't hold on to it.
Huh?
Don't hold on to the pawn.
Yes,
Just leave
yes. As white.
it. Yeah.
But I like this recommendation by the machine, this one, c3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
the more you look at it, it makes a lot of sense. But it's difficult to find over the board.
Yeah, I think you can
Because-
find it, but this F4 move is confusing you.
Uh-huh.
It's confusing you. It looks
Yeah,
more
to be
attractive.
difficult to evaluate.
Yeah.
But you can go as deep as finding that, oh, there is b4 point at one point.
Yeah.
Then you might just go c3 here. Because you have c3 and the b4. If they keep the tension with bishop c7, you have rook c1.
Yeah.
You're threatening to go rook c6 and have entry on the c5.
Yeah.
Anything to look at here. Jora is massaging and going slow, smooth, pole. Is it pole?
Yeah.
Going slow, bit by bit, and it's a huge time advantage in the clock. But okay, where's the killer shot though? How are you going to now finish off black in this position? Some position can look very impressive at first glance, but over the board, difficult to find continuation. Of course.
Also, now I try to maneuver the knight. A move like I'd like to bring my bishop to g6, then to f7, and then bring my knight to f5. And from there, a knight to f5 with a queen to possibly e3, attacking the f6 pawn. Some ideas in that direction.
Yeah.
Might make some sense.
And though this knight is good looking on g6, I think better, much more ideal square for the guy there is f5.
F5, yeah.
Because there we have pressure on this soft weakness on a6.
Yeah.
But Jora should not risk drawing this one because if queens comes out, you might not have enough room to enter now the other side.
Yeah.
So he must be a bit careful about that. Oh, they've reached move 40 now, an extra 30 minutes to both sides.
Yeah.
Jora with an hour and Shilo with 37 minutes.
Yeah. Jora may just end up taking up the full hour just to win the game.
Yeah. You can now, I don't know, come up with a plan like that. Find the best square for your pieces. That blow will come. That final blow will eventually come. I'm just wondering one thing. I'm thinking of taking our king to the queen side. Then we try to break through with g5 ideas at one point.
Yeah.
At the right time, that might be a move. Because here g5, if they take with the pawn of rook f7, and that should be good for us. So I'm thinking, okay, one good way to wait and improve your situation is to just get this guy there to b2.
I think you're still fine. If you place your king on h3, and then just try to remember the
Knight h3 to f5.
King to h3 first, just to defend the pawn before you move the knight to
preparatory move to h3.
Yeah, it's a safe move. It's a fine move. The king is safe, and then now knight to h4, then to f5.
Yeah, here now you can go rook f4, keep extra defense for on the pawn, and also vacate the square for the knight. Then also with this move, this king h3 move, you're also guarding this square in case of queen g5.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense. What can he do here? Because himself is tied down. Let's say you go bishop b7, you go here, they go queen g5 maybe. Oh,
No,
what am I
not
doing?
yet. Probably it doesn't have an
Probably
active
bishop
move.
c8 again.
Yeah,
Then now here, or now queen g5.
yeah. Now you just play knight to
Knight to f5.
yeah.
The one problem with this position is that it's kind of blocking you
Oh yeah.
with the queen there. But I think this trade should be favorable for, okay, after this, let's say bishop b7. sorry. If you do this, with the idea to trade off the
Okay,
queens,
yeah.
let's say bishop c8, you go
And you
here.
play there.
This trade, won't this be enough for white to carry the day? Because still this guy is technically a piece down. Actually, 2 pieces down for some time because the knight can even not help. You can sacrifice it. I'm sure this is winning. This is winning. I don't know. I mean, CCV is easily winning because look, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, 5 with the king. This is winning.
Okay.
G5 at one point was winning. Again, you are forced to go here, right?
Yeah. And then I think you should be to play something like.
I just want to sacrifice something here.
Oh.
How about I do this, do that, and hit on f6? How about I do this?
Now, probably when you do that, play bishop to play bishop to g6, and then you bring your knight back to f5. Yeah.
Yes,
then,
that makes more sense to support the struggle of the bishop there.
Yeah.
And also, yeah. Then I think after this, let's say they go this.
Then I play the.
I don't like this one because as soon as we go here, they might have some knight somewhere there. And all
Knight
that.
jump, knight jump jumps.
I think let's see. Let me just see here. Here,
Okay.
let's say the weights.
Now you have to try something there.
Hitting immediately won't give us anything.
Yeah.
I think it's time to hit. This is winning. This is winning. We just hit him here.
You're convinced?
I'm convinced this is easily winning. Takes, then just hit.
Okay.
Hit the guy, and these are 2 pawns. These are 2 pawns. You're gonna grab here.
Because the bishop isn't.
These pieces are out of the game for some time. This is also a very strong potential
Yeah.
passer there. This should be winning, unless if this.
Possibly, do you push the pawn or give a check?
Give a check, push the pawn, or this.
Just move that, okay.
Yeah. Oh, one thing, since we now know the truth, one thing we can do before we hit, we can
leave
the king
the
here.
king,
Preparatory, clever preparatory move, so that we are very quick with our G5 thing.
Yeah.
Then now if here, I think it's time now to hit. It's time to now hit. This one is an easier way to win. I think this takes. Even though they will have maybe this, trying to get to the side of the board, now go G5. This is just easily winning.
Sure.
Yeah, this is just game over.
Okay.
Takes them now, game over.
Takes. Then the king comes
Then
to
now
attack.
we're going to win the rook for this pawn. So this is one way to win this position. Maneuver the knight, then trade off the queens and hit on f6 one day. Let's see how Jora is handling it.
Yep.
Back to life. Back to life. Okay, this happened, that happened. I think Jora is going to find the plan. I think Jora here. Okay. Things have gone bad for Joshua against Kyle. Let's see what happened. Kyle is now winning against Joshua. What happened? We left the game at this point. Bishop f4. The only resource was rook f7. Did that happen? Knight g4. Oh, I think he mixed up the move order. He should start with the rook f7
first.
This one, that happened. What was the point? This guy sacrificed the whole. Oh, okay. He thought this is enough.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Sacrificed the.
He sacrificed an exchange. An exchange for these pawns. This should not be enough for the guy there because take and you go h5. You are even playing a mating net. Because let's say you take here, take with the check, go up, then I go h5. This should not be enough for the black side. I'm playing around with such ideas, of course.
Yeah.
Apart from me keeping the pawn, this is one idea there. Simple, straightforward like that, and it's not easy to stop. If you go g6 or g5 maybe is a better try, because g6 we will lose a pawn to rook e7 check and pawn takes. So maybe a better try is this one. Because if not, I'm gonna go bishop f7 g takes. So let's say g5.
Ooh, g5 now. I think we.
This thing looks so bad for the. for the black side.
G6. Can we not just ignore the pawn and go for a pawn on
Pawn
B6?
grading. Yeah, I can start doing the pawn grading,
Yeah.
but not here, of course, because the bishop will take.
Yeah, but
Let's try. Or should we try?
here the bishop will take
Huh?
to be going to be. Oh, okay. What happens if you just try to attack his bishop? Try to play more actively.
Or improve your
Yeah,
king?
bring your king because his king isn't going anywhere. How does he play?
Or maybe here.
Or just waiting?
Yeah, this is easily winning for us because one way to play it, you can just go active, and play for mate again.
Yeah.
You can just ignore this pawns and play for mate.
Yeah.
Because after this, just go up. If they go here, I believe this ignoring the pawn should also be okay.
Yeah, that's...
If they grade the bishop, then still great for us. We're winning. If they take it, that is problems for him because king f5. King f5 should be. No, this doesn't work. King rook c8 and.
If he returns the knight back.
Oh, the check. Maybe that.
Probably you check him now up there. You check him now on what is this on e7.
Or maybe here we have to check him first.
Yeah, on e7.
Trap him to the corner there.
Yeah.
So that we have king g6.
Yeah. The only place. Yeah.
Yeah, the only place is king h8.
Yeah. Then now you move the king. You move your king now.
Yeah.
They play there, then you just move it. Even if you take to the bishop, you're still fine.
Takes.
He plays there with check. Then you can't check with the bishop.
Yeah, you can't take. You're not on time because of the mate. Yeah, this is winning. So such ideas
are in the air.
In the air.
But he played. Let's see what he played.
Let's see the continuation back to life. Oh, they went g5 like we predicted.
Oh, g5, yeah.
Is this guy's turn
but
to play?
But playing g5 allows that idea again.
Yeah, can go up.
Rook downwards. Yeah, rook to f7. And,
what happened here? Let's see. Rook e8. Then he took down there. Right?
Oh, he took down
it transposes to the same thing. Takes and now this and h5. Okay.
Yeah.
Similar thing.
What's in g5?
Similar thing. Probably the better version of the last one here because you even control the file here. Let's see. G5 happened. Again, if nothing, you can go for that idea again.
Yeah.
Should also be unpleasant for this guy. It should be unpleasant. Oh.
Okay, he decided to take.
He took.
Going for simplifications. Possibly he's seen this idea with just rook to b8 to attack the pawn on b6.
Yeah, that one is it makes life easier for him because all these pawns are going to drop now.
Yeah. And
this pawn is never going to see anything a penny because you always have this covering the squares and the rook. And the king is very much in control of the square. So, sorry. Let's close here. Let's check one more time. Oh, like we predicted, that happened.
This border stayed here for long.
Oh.
Let me come.
Yeah, most games are over. Only 2 games remaining in the live boards. Oh, we are back with the commentary. Things looks dire for Joshua. I think he misplayed this position at one point. He could have held with rook f7 at this point. Here, after the move bishop to the f4, best move was supposed to be the move rook f7. With the idea to generate your own counter play on the f2 square with both the knight on g4, rook on f7, and the other guy there on f8. That would be too much pressure on the f2 square, but he missed that chance. He kind of mixed up the move order. He went first with the knight, and it allowed this guy there to seize the advantage, take material, and the compensation is not enough. As we see here, this is going to be much easier to convert for the white side. Oh, that happened. Knight to the e3. Take with a check. King g5. Even rook to the b5 here should be winning for white. Yeah, rook b5 is winning.
But how about bishop to
B3, just
yeah.
keep your pawns. Yeah, even that, I think that is the best way to go
No,
about
if
it.
you play rook to b5, bishop to b4, just guarding both
Oh
pawns.
yeah, oh yeah.
How do you go about
You
that?
don't, yeah, the rook will be now misplaced.
So possibly
Bishop B3.
yeah, or bishop to f7, trying bishop to f7 you lose. Okay, so just keep your pawns.
Yeah, just go
Yeah.
solid, bishop B3. Keep your material and you still have some control in the position. You're not giving away anything here.
Yeah.
Which other game is still ongoing? Oh, the Jordan one and Dave.
This one's still okay.
Oh, that opposite color. It has went back to a draw.
Mm,
At one point, Dave was just winning.
yeah.
He threw the advantage, and now things are equal. The opposite color bishops are notoriously known for this many draws. So it's not a surprise we are here at this juncture. Okay. What we have? Our Jora and Mr. Shilo. The boys are still elite. But like we predicted, Jora will find this idea.
Okay.
Maneuver the guy to F5
F5.
and all that.
Yeah, that's the only.
That's the only way to now make a bit of progress.
Yeah.
Because with this one, you might force a queen trade, and that queen trade, we saw the winning idea. Sacrifice on F6 at the right time. Okay, it's going to be interesting to see how Jora convert this to a full point. It's winning, but like always saying, games that don't miraculously win themselves still have to convert the advantage to a full point.
Yeah.
So there's still a bit of work, little bit of work actually for Jora to convert this one. I think before I leave, let me see which game here. Saudi, because this one is gone. This one is gone.
Yeah.
Gone. Let's see this one. Kobori winning. Which one is this? Kyle and Joshua.
Kyle and Joshua is
This
super.
also looks like Kyle will take it.
Oh, okay. Oh, Kyle saw that he can win he can win not two pawns really, but he can.
Bishop before, like you're saying here, what C3 or I don't know.
Yeah,
what's the point?
C3 place it, but you're reducing your pawn mass.
Yes.
So possibly just wait with it.
C3 takes.
Possibly, you first play bishop to b3 first
To B3.
before you play c3, so that now if you take, you take with the check. You take and you attack the bishop with the check.
Oh,
if now you play
yeah.
c3, the pawn takes, you take with the pawn, the bishop takes, then you take on c5 with a check,
And
attacking
the
the bishop on
drops.
c3. Yeah.
Oh, that would be a very good threat. Let's see what happened after rook c6 is Joshua's time to play. Like you are saying, after bishop b4, probably better will be bishop b3. Keeping your guy there protected, also having this tricky threat. He has to step away from the. But now if he steps away from this rank, then the pawn drops. So there's a cheeky trap, this one. Bishop to the b4 and bishop b3. You are setting up a trap. You are winning at least a pawn.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
the move c3.
Get something.
What do we have at the bottom here? All the games are finished.
Yeah, they concluded all of them.
They have concluded. I don't know whether it's a good thing to quickly check the standings over here, or should we use a different source?
Let's try and
Chess
see.
results. We can actually show the viewers the standings at the moment because we are closing in towards the end of the event.
Yeah.
So it's time to do permutations, see who is leading, what might happen, and what's ideal for which side. Let's start with the under 7-9 girls. Hopefully they've uploaded the results for, they have done that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Top tables, Janelle lost, she was leading. And Naomi won against Mali. Zoe won against Ria.
Yeah. Ria Ansini from Kenya still.
Oh, also from Kenya.
Yeah.
Then the girl from Namibia drew with 5-half. So how many leaders we have here? We have 2 leaders
Yeah.
tied on first with 7 points.
2-7,
Have they
7.
played each other before? Naomi and this one? Naomi
Let's
and
see.
Tasha, let's see.
Click on Tasha receive now if they
Let's see. They have Naomi
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, so
So they are going to play for sure the last round. It's going to be between them. Whoever wins, she runs away with it.
Yeah.
If they draw, then it gets to open now for those who are chasing. Your Janelle Mutale and
Yeah, if
your
they
Zuri.
draw, then we might have several ties at the top.
Yeah, we
they
might see ourselves having 4 people at the top.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 1, 4, and 7, 9. But wait, there's one interesting detail here. You know,
Yeah.
this match the category.
Yeah,
So
they,
it's
they
very
separate
interesting to
them,
check who are the under 7s and who are the under 9s in this category and where are they positioned.
Yeah.
Oh, all these. Zoe, she's standing very well with 6.5 under 9, under 7. Then also Jasmine, currently number 2.
Yeah, Alia,
6.
Jasmine McKenzie.
So it is safe to say that Zoo is guaranteed of a podium finish. You see that? In under 7. You see the math here? Because Jury is the only one with 6.5 in under 7.
6.5.
The only person with the we can cash or surpass it
it's Alia.
Is Alia with 6 points. Right? Then the next under 7 is having 5 points.
Wow.
The best he can do is 6 points.
Yeah.
So Zoe for now is guaranteed second. Worst case scenario.
Yeah.
But if somehow in some permutations Jasmine loses then
the game,
Zoe again takes it with clear first. Okay, that's very interesting to see. For the under 9s, this is the story. This Naomi, Tasha, Janelle, and the other ones with 6 is between them for the podium finish. I think that's it with the girls. Let's go to the under 7, 9 boys.
Yeah.
Under 7, 9 boys. Let's check out the results first. What happened at the top? A draw? Oh,
it was a draw, so
Conja was
7.5,
leading.
yeah.
He's still leading by half a point.
Yeah.
This guy with 7. Oh, so many 7s. He doesn't afford to blink at the last end because somebody might skip or maybe a tie. Okay. All right. Then let's go to the ranking after 7 to see who's under 7 and who's under 9. Under 9.
So it's not yet updated, that one.
Oh, this is Jora and Shiloh.
That is the game that is happening right now.
Yeah, this is the one with the top board under 18, under 17 boys. Sorry. We're still analyzing the standings here.
You want to see?
Yes. Yeah.
You can proceed.
Yeah. Let's proceed with the analysis of the standings.
Yeah.
We go back to under 7, 9 boys. At the top, any under 7 we see here?
Under 7, oh, wow, it's an under 9 affair. Up
there is under 9 affair, like you're saying. Oh, awesome. All right. So our leader in the under 7 category is at number 21 at the moment with 5 points. Second best is also 7 points.
5, yeah.
Third, 7 points. Who else is there? Under 7.
So from number 1 to 20 is all under 9.
Yeah, then that was first, second, third. Then, number 4. 4 is this guy under 7 boy. Which one is that?
This is Mulema.
Mulema, yeah. Then
Mulema
fifth is this guy here. Fifth. Oh, they've tied for fourth.
Kaboyaone, Kyle Van.
Together with Jerome and Martin. And many other.
Joachim.
Jaden and Matayo. Okay, yeah. Many boys under 7 with 7 points. Okay. Yeah. Let's see how they fared on this round. Oh, it's not yet updated.
Yeah, not yet.
Oh, it's actually updated.
Yeah.
Oh, this one won. There's other guy there. Matai also won. Well, it's going to be interesting to see the appearance for the last round because It's still very close for the third spot. If you look at the situation here, for sure, this one with 5, how many? Under 7, number 21, noisy. This is our top number under 7 at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Second top is Raven with 5 points.
And
It's
the
gonna
third one
this one is gonna be
it's
tricky. It's very difficult to predict because if this other two they lose and the ones with 4 wins, then it's gonna boil down to the tiebreakers.
Yeah.
Who has a better tiebreaker? At the moment, how are our top 2 tiebreakers are 29 and 29.5. Okay. This other guy also 29, and the other number, oh, it's very close. It is very, very close. Okay, it's gonna be interesting to see how it ends. Let's go to an 11 open. See how it went for round number 8.
Not yet inputted the results.
Not yet updated the results.
Yeah, but you know Manyeki won.
Manyeki won this one.
Yeah. So Manyeki now has 8.
8. So Manyeki took it with a round to spare, right?
Not yet.
No, not yet. Depends on these 2 results.
Yeah.
If there's 2 draws or 2 or maybe a win for Blackie, a white and a draw here, then Manyeki took it.
Yeah.
It will depend on these 2 results. But he still has a huge advantage because he'll be playing white the last round and all he needs is half a point
Just a
to
draw.
be clear
Yeah.
first. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. That's a huge advantage for Manyeki for first.
Yeah.
We go to under 11 girls, try see what might be happening here. Round 8, table 1. Wow, okay. Winnie Kobori won. She beat the leader. Shada Wamuta from Namibia won. We have a tie. We have a tie. These 2 they've drawn round number 4, I think. This one is very close to me. She's a part-time student from Namibia. Okay, so it's gonna be a tie between Winnie and Shada at the end. If they win the last rounds, it's gonna boil down to now the 3rd or 4th tie break because head-to-head will be nullified. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see the standings. At the moment, Shada is having a slight lead with the Boholos.
Yeah.
It favors her with only 1 point. Okay, this is very interesting to see. We go to under 13 open, or should I go to under 13 girls first? The pair is already out for
It's
round
out.
9.
This
Okay,
is
interesting.
Under 13 girls.
Should we just keep to round 9 because the pair is already out?
Oh, okay. Oh, we
This one.
have a clear win already. Asaba Juliet, a clear winner.
Oh, Asaba Juliet from Uganda. Congress.
Wow.
That's a dominant performance. Even if she loses this one,
Yeah,
she's still clear first. Wow. That's some dominant performance.
With
from
a run
her.
to spare.
And this kid is under 13, rated 1726. You know, it shows that people are doing something right in the land of Uganda. Oh, congrats once more to Asaba Juliet. She's taking this one. So the battle is for the 2nd and 3rd position.
Yeah.
This one is between Mutoni, Yadav, and Rania Chebet. And also, very much within the mix is Shiriel or Sherlyn
Sherlyn
Gathoni
Gathoni.
Onyango. Okay?
Yeah.
Very interesting there. We go to the under 13 open. We check it out. Round 8, 9, not yet updated. This one, I think, Jaden, what was happening there? Draw? Is that one, I think that opposite color, Andy. You remember that one?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's not going to be a bad result for Jaden because
the
he'll
draw.
still be on the lead with,
Yeah,
at least half a point.
Sure.
But Dave was winning at 1 point. If he could have won, it was going to be much more interesting because people will catch up. At least this guy will catch up if he wins. One of the guys will catch up. And but it's still exciting. It's not yet over here because if this is a draw, somebody won here. Jaden has to win the last round to be clear first. The other boys hanging around just behind, like Otimelo, your Almeida, and Marcus was. In case there is a draw here, it's going to be even wide open for number 2, 3. Okay, let's go to the under 15 girls. You see what might be the story here. Round 8, 9. Elizabeth Cassidy.
There's a draw between
oh, that one, that rook ending.
that rook ending.
It favored Kaluki Zuru, who is chasing.
Yeah.
She won and she's now within the mix again. She's up.
Yeah.
Depending on the tie break, of course. Then Margaret also, she's happy to see this draw because she's now also nearing the leaders.
Yeah, yeah.
Then one person who is happy here was Kosala, Pamela, and Mashawa.
Masha Genevieve.
Yes, they have a slight chance at the end. Okay, let's see the standings after round 8.
Okay, Bella.
Kaloki Zuri and Bella.
Bella is first for.
Oh.
Yeah, but Bella actually
What
beat.
happened? He beat Kaloki.
Yeah, beat Kaloki. Yeah, that's why.
So the first tiebreak already is in her favor.
In her favor, yeah.
Oh yeah. So they won't be playing each other the last round.
Yeah, they won't.
Let's see. Bella drew.
Let's see if Kaloki Zuri. Oh yeah, actually Kaloki Zuri beat. Also played with Cassidy. Also played with Cassidy. So.
Kaloki has played Cassidy.
Yeah, and also he has also played Bella.
Oh, they're gonna take opponents from here.
Yeah.
The pair is gonna look for opponents from board 3 and 4. Okay.
Yeah.
We move on to the under 17 girls. There, what might be the story?
Not yet. The results are not yet being inputted.
But we saw the result for Venice and this Asia. Huh?
Is the game still ongoing? I think it is.
Yeah, Venice won. Venice lost this one.
Yeah, Venice lost.
And then I don't know.
But Kagame, that game is still continuing
Asia.
on. Yeah.
Where are we? Let's go to the stream.
Yeah.
Oh.
Excuse me, have you seen Dennis?
No. He was here.
Angel won and
Kagame Angel won. Did you see how she won?
Yeah, Angel won and Agnes won.
Agnes won.
Oh,
yeah.
let's go back to their standings there. Agnes and Angel won. So it's a win for this one and a win for the other one there. Okay.
Yeah.
So Agnes will be in 7. Agnes 6.5. And Benny 6.
Yeah.
6.5. Did these two play each other before, Agnes and Angel? Because if not, they're going to be playing each other the last round.
Let's see. Just click, yeah.
Those will be...
And Agnes, not yet.
No, Angel, Agnes.
Yeah, not yet.
Oh, it's a different Agnes.
Yeah, that's a different Agnes, yeah. The other one was Agnes Mary.
Agnes Mary with how many points? 6. Yeah, they have not played each other, it looks. So definitely the system is going to be pairing them the last round. Agnes together with Angel. This was Angel. Where is Agnes? No Agnes here.
Yeah.
So they're going to be playing each other. Okay, then it's still very much open for others who are chasing behind.
Yeah, it's still not clear yet.
Not yet clear, not so clear. It will boil down to the very last game.
Yeah.
We go to under 17 open. This one.
This is what was with the soldier.
This is
Gerard.
Soldier. Soldier is playing with his food.
That guy.
Oh, Soldier's Jora. He's
The meal
winning
has been
that one.
prepared. The meal is ready.
Can you confirm whether he's converted this one? I think it should be done by now.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, the meal is ready, but
But Jora is
still testing.
testing the waters and all that. Okay, let's see.
But some progress has
He
been
made
made.
a huge progress.
Yeah,
Bishop is on F7 now.
yeah. And whose move is it? It's wise to move actually. So
Yeah.
we have the fork coming.
Then now is gone. Huh? This should be now easily winning for. We have been saying this phrase for the past 1 hour.
Yeah.
Easily winning, but here we are. The game still continues. But this should be a huge, big advantage after knight g6.
Yeah.
It has always been a huge advantage for the white side, but now it should be even much more because it is a neat exchange for nothing. And if you get tired, you can close your eyes and hit on f6 one day because you cannot sit here the whole entire time.
Actually,
How about you hit now? No, it's really. Maybe go here and try hit. I think this is not stupid. If you go here, you want to hit here and you are tired.
Oh, okay.
You've been sitting for the long years. Myself, I'll go here. I want to hit on on f6 and go e7. Oh, I'm not too loud.
If I were you, I think I'd first go for the rook. I win the rook first, and then I hit.
Later on with the rook.
Yeah, once the queen takes back, the queen lands, and then I hit now.
No,
I hit,
it makes sense.
Takes, and then
e7 and yeah.
Yeah.
That attack this should be the way, I think. Let's see.
King goes there.
Then grabs here, takes, then
you
boom, we go.
Yeah.
We are so tired. We have been waiting. Yeah, this works. Because now...
You could just push the pawn. If the king goes upwards, you just go and check him with the queen again.
We are going to grab the whole entire queen side. And this is still a potential queen. Oh, this makes sense. Okay. No, I think Jora is seeing all this. Something happened to our power source for the laptop. Is the power source for the laptop removed? I see the screen dimming a bit. We go wrap up our prediction, or should I say permutations for the final standings. Let's see.
Let's try that.
Where's Jora?
Jora is up there.
This one.
This one, that one. But go back to life. Oh, it's awesome. Oh, perfect. Okay, I think let's wrap up our analysis for the final standing or predictions. Let's see. Permutation prediction time is about that time, okay?
So you give Jora the point here.
Yeah, let's just give a plus, 1 full point for Jora. There is no how he's gonna mess up that one.
Yeah, so if he wins and Mukama loses,
Or draw.
Yeah.
How about draw permutation? Yeah, if he wins, this guy 6 half, 7 half.
yeah, it's
He can't cash. He can't make it an 8.
yeah, he can't make it to 8.
Yeah, so if he wins and nothing more than a win for Davis,
Yeah.
then that means Jora will be our
clear
champion
first.
with a round left, with a round remaining.
Yeah.
Okay. How did he play? Did he play against Moeka at one point?
Let's see.
Because if that's not the case, then he's gonna be playing Moeka.
Mukama, this is a different one.
Oh, sorry, I think it's still loading. Let's let it load. Yeah. Yeah.
Mukama
Moeka and
Davis.
Jora, yeah.
Yeah, they did play. Okay.
They did play.
And Jora lost. Mukama lost. Oh, yeah, I see. Mukama lost to Jora.
So, I think
So Jora has the higher
Jora
target.
has won this tournament. If you win, Jora has won this event. You know why?
Yeah.
Because even if Moeka Davis wins, Jora loses the last game.
Yeah.
They're going to tie for first.
Yeah.
Only if Moeka wins.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a win by head-to-head for Jora. You
Yeah.
see the math?
Yeah.
I think it's very clear. Jora, if he wins this one, he has also won the tournament.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, maybe this will be 6.5. At most, he can do 7.5. So
7.5,
yes,
yeah,
true that.
yes.
True.
Yeah.
Moeka does not really change the top
Yeah.
position if Jora wins.
He can only fight for second place now.
Yes. If he wins, then now he's well positioned for number 2. He will play one of these 3 boys.
Yeah.
Tangamira, Yen, and Rishivat.
Yeah, Rishit Rawat.
Rashid Rivat.
Yeah.
Let's see, has he played any of the 3?
Let's see. He has played none.
He has played who?
None of the 3.
He has played none of the 3 boys, right?
Yeah.
So he's definitely gonna get one of them, right? It's gonna be exciting because still it looks like these boys are also tough.
Yeah.
He still have to prove, to finish second. And if they win against him, they also get second.
Yeah.
So interesting again for number 2 and 3 position. Anything we have missed in terms of the categories? Or let's see, maybe the pairing is out already. One more time we can check the pairings. Oh, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet out. This one for sure we saw it.
Yes,
This is the only section with released or published ratings. Asapa, congrats one more time, she has won a section. All these other ones, they are chasing for number 2 and 3.
Yeah.
One more time, 1 more minute, then we wrap it up. I think let's go to Jora, even though we know this one is gone. Let's see, Jora. Yeah, Jora is tired. She took.
No, this is
Is
our
this
analysis.
ours or Jora?
This is our analysis.
Yeah, no,
He
Jora is tired. He took, he took and he
then
cannot
came
reverse
there.
the move order.
Yeah,
He
I
took
see.
and, same thing.
Yeah, Jora was tired.
Yeah, yes, tired. He's been sitting for the longest. I think it's time to hit and to go home. That's the last game remaining. Oh, there is this other one. It's a huge advantage for Kyle.
Oh, Kyle. Okay, wow.
Which category is this?
This is under 15
You
open,
even
yeah.
take a look at this one. This one is easily winning. Cut off and there's too much material. Let's see under 15 boys.
What was
Under
that?
15 open. How was the pairing for this round?
Kyle was there was
Kyle and
yeah, who won
these
in
two
board
were,
one?
I think these two they drew.
They drew.
That was that opposite color unless somebody messed it up.
Okay.
Let's check it out one more time. Muriro and
Yeah. Muhiro won.
how?
Wow.
He was only having a one pawn. Oh
Okay.
am I losing my mind? Oh, it was the one for rook ending, that
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Oh,
this is different.
oh, Muhiro and Aiko.
So Muhiro was the one who won. So
Oh.
tomorrow is possibly and Kyle is if Kyle wins this, he might
He's
beat
gonna play.
Muhiro.
Yeah, he might now play Muhiro.
Let's see if they've played before.
Let's confirm with that one. Very important
Yeah.
detail to confirm. Kyle, Muhiro and Kyle, let's see.
They have not.
This
So
is gonna
that's-
be an
yeah.
interesting match-up.
Yeah.
So
That head to head is the
There's
decider.
still a lot to fight for because even this guy Aiko, he still have a chance. If a
Yeah.
draw happens, he wins his first. But him, he might play who? He might play either this guy or whatever happens here will also determine the opponent.
Actually, if a draw happens, they'll have tied.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tie, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a three-way tie.
Or for him, he's hoping for a draw because it can
Yeah,
only
yeah.
be in his favor because a tie will give him some slim chances.
Yeah.
Because a win is a clear first for the guy who won. But wait, what are we even saying? Because look, if this guy wins,
Yeah.
there are going to be two guys with 7 points.
Yeah. And one
Or
with
should I say
6.5
three guys
with 7 points.
with 7 points.
Yeah, and if
And-
if Aiko wins his game and the other two draw, you see now.
The
it
man,
becomes-
the permutations,
Yeah.
interesting. Let's see this one. This other guy here, has he played any of those two we have mentioned?
he's played Aiko and Muhiro Alvin. He's played both. So not he hasn't played Kyle, but he's played both, and he drew with Aiko, and he drew also with Muhiro Alvin. So he drew with both of them. So which means, well, how does a draw work? Is a draw enough to give someone? I don't know. That doesn't affect the
Or
to head.
the tiebreakers?
Yeah. So that's
It depends on which one they use, either the Boholos or Basho, I don't know. But that means this guy here,
yeah.
Njarumi has already played Aiko. He's already played Muhiba.
Yeah.
Has he played Joshua? Oh, he might play Joshua. Joshua has lost. He might play this guy, whoever, I mean, either this guy if he wins.
Yeah.
We'll see about that one. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gesture. We've been here for quite some time.
Yeah.
We've been here for the longest, but no problem. We've enjoyed our duration at the commentary booth. But Yora today, he doesn't want to finish up things. He's just pressing. At least he have hit on F6.
Yeah, let's see.
That is big
the point.
progress.
Oh, okay. He took and then pushed. Okay, I think
I
he
think
saw
it
the idea.
transposed back to the variation we saw
Yeah.
earlier on. This is this is one for Jora. Which other one is left?
That was that one for Kyle.
For Kyle. Again, this one is also gone.
Yeah, this is just it's mate in 4.
Oh. If we take this king here and take the pawn here, how is the variation?
If you take the king where? If you take the king down there,
and
that's a blunder because now I just moved.
I
my
mean,
rook behind
if
it.
you imagine that the king is on A1 and
At
the
this
pawn,
point.
yes, and the pawn is on A2,
Oh, well, okay.
is that some theoretical draw or something? I don't know.
Is it? Yeah, it's
It might be,
It's
it
a
might
draw,
be.
but that's why you have to be careful. If the problem is this is a problem. If you push the pawn here now, I just play my rook here.
No,
First you
here
have
is gone. You know, here for sure is gone. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to imagine the situation.
Well-
Let me just play some funny moves here.
And then now you play that, and then the pawn is
This one
come.
is still this winning.
Oh, this is the computer says it's winning, but wow, it's because you can. Oh, let me see. How does it win? How does it win? Oh, this is tricky. If you play king to b3, the king moves out, and then how do you play? You play in behind the pawn like this, forcing him to go down there. And then now you bring your rook down here. So you play here, he goes here. Then you bring your king here, and then now he has to go back. And then now you
You
bring
can't
your
promote the check.
you can't
Let's
do
go
that.
slow.
Wow.
Okay, let's switch off the engine and try.
Yeah, we
Figure it this.
So king to b3, the king to b1. Then you go king to a3. Then he has to go king to a1, right? then you move your rook.
Oh wait. Oh, it's a check. It's a check, right?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
check.
yeah. It's a check. You move to a3, the check, and you can't move away because you pick the pawn. So
Oh,
he goes
no,
back,
no,
and then
no.
you move your rook
No,
here.
I get the point.
Then if he comes out, you check him. You go up, and then you pick the pawn again.
Oh yeah.
So you just you have to do something like that.
No, I fully get the point now. This is the winning. Okay.
Yeah.
Here is done. The
Oh,
boy
yeah,
is
they already
done.
won. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see how Kyla's finished.
The guy who has been winning for the past 2 years, 2 hours, he's still playing. But
Yeah.
I mean, as coaches, we don't even care whether you took 2 hours, 3 hours, as long as you
Yeah,
take the
as long as
point.
you win, yeah.
It's a point. We take it. It's a win. So Jora, nothing wrong with his approach. Probably this most good practical way. Just maintain your full advantage and keep on grinding
Yeah.
without giving the guy any chance.
Yeah.
I think that's it for today. I'll try to make time for tomorrow's, at least 30 minutes or so for tomorrow's last round. Tomorrow morning we have the last round at, is it 9 or 10? 9 a.m. 9 a.m. we have the round. Let's see the tournament schedule. Confirm one more time. Where is that playing schedule? Tomorrow is at 900 hours. Okay?
Yeah.
We'll come back for this analysis at 9 and see how it ends.
Yeah. For
Very
the very
exciting
competitive
finish.
final round.
Yeah, it's gonna be fireworks. Many medals to play for. Many. A lot can
And
happen.
possibly even norms.
And norms, yes.
Yeah.
How do I forget about that one? Because some people here are chasing for those norms and direct titles. The way it works is FM and WFM for under 17, 15. Then the lower categories, which is under 7, 9 to 11. That one is CM or
CM.
WCM.
Okay, I see.
No pairing for this under 7?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, they're still
not
keeping
yet.
us waiting.
Keeping us waiting.
Guessing.
It's
Keep
a
us
good
guessing.
thing.
Oh, what's gonna happen?
How it might go and how.
The players that are gasping at their breath.
Anxious. They want to see the party to see
Yeah.
how to now prepare for the last round opponent. Only
A
under 13
sleepless
girls.
night it is going to be for some of the
This
competitors.
night is going to be crazy for the competitors. Okay, my brother, I think we have done
Yeah.
some good job here. Let's just maybe stop here for the day and
Yeah, that's
we
fine.
go grab some dinner.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
Yeah,
for the.
we really appreciate your input. Yeah, it's really been instructive. We've learned a lot.
This is my very first commentary. You know, they say every master was once a beginner, so I thought, why not give it a try?
Okay.
Even if I stammer, even if I mix up ideas, I give some stupid analysis, it will be lesson learned.
Yeah, but
So why not?
you deliver like a pro. So, yeah,
So with the positive attitude and mindset, we believe it can only get better.
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
let's meet again tomorrow morning for the last round, and I'll be happy to do at least 30 minutes tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
man.
we really appreciate it.
Much appreciated. Same here.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
How do you?
Grab something at least.
We've been making noise. Was it even worth the listening to?
It was what?
Is it?
It's not even.
All right, guys, there we have it. The last game has just ended. That was Suje Jara against Tandeka Shilo with a win for Soje, concluding the round 8 of Under 17 Open. Suje gets a win, goes forward with the maximum points. So now Suje has if you look at Suje in the open section, now he has a maximum of 8 points. And given that he has 8, now he's most likely to take the tournament as a result of a tie-break where he won a game against Mukama Davis. So Suje takes the maximum points out of round 8. Now you're heading to round 9 with the competition getting to its peak. That was all for round 8. Thank you for watching. Let's meet tomorrow for the final round for an exciting and grueling match. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.